Oh, fuck something up. Time is a concept. And conceptually, Euland is never late. Literally, on the other hand, this fucking guy. Okay. Hi, Air. Hi, Lil Wordy. Hi, Lost One. Hi, Smile. A cute smile. I see fire. Hi, Swug. What's up, cute dork? You calling a fucking guy? Sometimes I am an eating guy or a sleeping guy. Yeah. I'm like right on time. You'll never see anyone as consistent as me with their start times. This is messed up. Society tears down the greatest of us. Oh.
Looks like off balance.
I did. I like, for a second there, I was like, whoa. I hated this level. Hi, Sir Noble.
So then why are we here?
Because it's still a good level for, like, scenery and a flat place. I mean, okay, I hated this level, but that's in comparison to the other levels, right? I'd still take this level over any ukulele level. Ah. It took me too long to figure out the tolls, though. I felt so dumb for that one. Lunges. So is it hate or just worst ranked? Worst ranked. I hated one or two puzzles here.
That's fair.
The engine room was absolute ass. The rest of the level wasn't that bad. But you gotta say, you know, I hated this level, right? Because it doesn't flow off the tongue as much when you're like, oh man, when I played this game, I would rate this game, or I would rate this level the lowest and put it at the lowest score within the ranking system. Absolutely trash level, right? You can't... Just easier. I hate this level. Hi, Zuby. Hi, Bits. I got a mastery unlock in Risk of Rain. Now I can choose to never play this one. Hell yeah. I've gotten all of the characters that I care about. No, actually, I think I've... No, I don't have all the characters. I think there's a few that, like, I really don't have any intention of playing, but I've been carried through it, and I still kind of want to get some of those. Speaking of not being able to work out the tolls, now I can choose to never play this one. Oh. I'm going to bed. Good night. Good night, Smile. Sleep well. Bitch. God damn it, Gale. Sleep well, Smile. And this is one of the DLC characters? Was it the super secret second one? Was it the one they give you? Or was it Chef? I have big deck emotes for a year now because of Matthews.
Yeah.
I was just hanging out. I was just existing. I'm just gathering my little news stories for stream. 12 months. The secret one? It just feels like it's missing something. I have a really dumb story about the secret character. I was trying to do the mastery unlock for that character. And I'm like, sis, can you carry me through this? I'm having a little trouble because I'm bad and it's Monsoon. And sis is like, dude, the character's so strong. They're so busted. The laser does so much damage. You just charge it up and it just destroys everything. Hi, Kodiak. And I was like, charged? Huh? And so I hold down the 4th ability. And the new Risk of Rain character just goes... And then he starts glowing and then just... And it's like a laser that's like 20 times stronger than just tapping it. I was like, oh. That makes the character a little bit easier. Hi, Archangel. Yeah, I didn't know the new bonk guy could charge his laser. And I felt really dumb for not even trying that. Hi, Dalen. Thank you for the follow. Hi, Den. I wanna... Everybody wants Core to make her goggles so that you can grab them and stretch them off and that they, like, snap back into her face. So you can do the Megarin thing where you grab her goggles. And she's like, Yamero! And then... But... You got, like, softening with your ears. You have mastery of them. Hi, Techno Rave. Where was I? Wait, Wordy, you weren't followed? Huh. Thank you for the follow. I've seen several bugs overall. I actually have in my notes the Woolly Bugs tier list. And there's some doozies. I didn't write them all down, so I'm probably going to forget a lot of them, but holy, some of the bugs are wild. The DLC as a whole needed more time in the oven, not going to lie. We'll talk about it. When I finish stretching, we'll talk about it. No, why wait? We can talk about it now. Everything is tied to FPS. The hit numbers of abilities, the damage of abilities, the directory of mob spawning. It's all tied to your FPS. I told you that. I know. I'm just repeating for the class. The damage of enemies' abilities. So like on the first time I saw the final boss of the new DLC, he fucking toasted me with this laser and I was like, dude, this thing's nutty. It's because I played at like 120 frames per second. It was just hitting me harder. What? The new items you got. If you're playing MP, you basically have to have the host play locked at 60. Yeah. You know, and you can make the laser permafire. It's with health, right? It scales with health. But yeah, at least I got it. It's alt skin now. I don't know why, Morningland. You basically have to build them either around the laser or dots with slam. Yeah. Yeah. The FPS bug is mostly from update being tied to console versions as well, since most FPS bugs come from console code. Wait, what game are we talking about? Risk of Rain 2. They had the PC Steam version, and they had the console version, and they've combined the two. They have been like, alright, we're using the same code across all of them so that console can now get updates on time instead of being a year late. But this fucks the PC players, because now they're all tied to the FPS that was in the code of the console games. But somehow this also fucked the console players, because, like, Xbox couldn't play the game for the first 3 days. And now, they're at a point where if you try to play couch co-op and plug in a second controller, you wipe your save. So, like, both sides are getting fucked here. Console should just be forgotten. What does modifying an emote do? Not that I can right now, but I'm asking. You can just do cute little things with them. Hi, Parisu. Rare Bits W. I heard the console version of the game was ass. So if the code wasn't combined, PC version wouldn't have as many bugs as it should ATM. Console should just be forgotten. Ewan, you should start walking before you get into this. I know. I need to finish my stretches. Okay, goofball. Damn, actually mod oversight today. Shere Khan would be happy. The main menu bug also appeared on PlayStation, though was rare. Oh, okay. Chorizo. Squats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. You're too far. 4. Head pats. You are literally too far. Wait. Do I have sound off for that? Hang on. What is... Can I not... I don't know why I can't hear the little boop with your heart transforming. I fell asleep in this map grade level. In my opinion, there's only one good new item. Everything else I end up scrapping. Okay, so there's the Sail Star. The Sail Star is fucking goated. There's a lot of good legendaries. Oh yeah, I've gotten that once. I've been awake for like 18 hours and 11 of them was work. No walkies for me, just came to say hi. Stoner's Whispers is good, but Sail Star is really good. Sail Star is fucking goated. There's a legendary that makes it so that kills drop items. That one's fantastic. There's another legendary that's really good that I'm forgetting. What does that one do? Good legendaries? No, there's just one good one. The kills drop items is Whispers? Okay. I think Sail Star is the clear winner of, like, this is a fucking strong, good item. I don't have a Huggy emote. There's a legendary that gives gold on stage start. That one's decent. Why is that even a legendary? I don't know. It's like, that shouldn't be a legendary, right? That should be like a green. I've actually never seen this level in Banjo-Kazooie. Is this the last level? It is the second last level. If you want, you can respawn and teleport to the levels. And like see which one is first, which one is last. There's 9. This is the 8th one. It's probably the most hated level. Because there is a engine section, which I think you can get in at the bottom of that smokestack. The engine is atrocious. The engine is like, even in the original game, so bad. Or why do these exist as emotes? Specifically for that. Alright, 14:30 start, 17:30 end. I don't have hug emotes. I will say the stage 2 and 3 on DLC is fucking nice though. I don't like though. There is a growth nectar which gives 20% more bonus stats for 5 seconds. You had 5+ unique buffs. What the heck is a cloud sack? I don't know. Oh my gosh, it's Plankland. It is. Are you doing your head bob in time with the song intentionally, Den? Because you are in perfect sync with the song. Okay. Cumulonimbus clouds. Yeah, the first stage in Banjo-Kazooie was Mumbo's Mountain. Then it was the beach. Oh god, what was third? Was third the swamp? I feel like that's fourth. No, third was Clankers. Fourth was the swamp. Fifth was Freezeezy Peak? No, I feel like that's seven. There's the Haunted Mansion. There's Gobi's Desert. Then there's this stage. And then there's the Four Seasons Forest. What do you mean you don't? No, you just said that. Third was Super Mario. Yeah, I said it, and I was like, that's not what I meant to say. My brain wires got crossed. I meant to say smokestack. What the fuck is a cloud stack? One more minute. One more minute of planking. Ow. Bum, 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 bum. Ow. I don't think I'm gonna beat Ocarina of Time today. I feel like that game's a bit longer than the Banjo games. I don't know if I'll be able to go through, like, all the dungeons. I'm gonna, like, skip side content, right? I'm gonna try and rush down the story. But, like, that's a lot of dungeons to go through. Eleven, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You can't get up till she moves. It's like when you have a cat on your lap. Thank you. Okay. There's plenty to hide behind. Oop. Okay. Adjust my trackers. Believe in you, sweetie. Wait. Okay. We're about here. I grab this. Bring this over here. Thank you for stopping by, Den. It's always a treat to see you. Sleep well. We're starting with a Guild Wars zone. There's Growth Nectar, which gives 20% bonus stats for 5 seconds. You had 5 plus unique buffs. Legendary item. Yeah, that one I feel like could be good. But like, you know, it just might not do anything at all. There's also the white item that can make Mithrix unkillable. Yeah, I understand the concept of that item, right? Like, on paper, staggering your damage intake is really strong. But when it's tied to your frames per second, what the fuck, dude? Brain wires got crossed. That means they're not straight anymore, which means gay tech thingy. You've never had your brain wires get crossed? Where you're thinking one thing, but you say another and you're like, why the fuck did I say that? Or you're thinking two things and you combine them. I believe in you, sweetie. It's not that many dungeons. It's like 9 dungeons. Am I gonna go through a dungeon an hour? I don't fucking think so. Especially by the end? Hell no. What's your fave holiday? Mine is... I think that's supposed to be... that Thanksgiving? I'm gonna guess that stands for Thanksgiving. I do really like Thanksgiving. My parents and I would spend that with 2 family friends, and it'd be the 5 of us. And sometimes we'll have a guest, we'll have like 6, maybe 7 people. I don't think we're gonna do that this year. Which is like, oh man. The previous 2 Thanksgivings have gone wrong. We have not had stuffing at the previous 2 Thanksgiving because, well, last Thanksgiving the stuffing fucking exploded. I think I shared a picture in the Neat Stuff Discord, in the Discord Neat Stuff channel, of like a giant shard of glass embedded in the turkey. It was wild. Good night, Lord Den. Take care, Den. Bye, all. Farewell. That nectar isn't good. You can't really reset its duration. Stagger damage intake, which can bug out and make you take the full damage twice. It's so dumb, Gale. There's a lot of character bugs, right? Acrid can't leap on people in the air anymore. It doesn't collide with people. Loader, they're spinning. Their momentum is tied to their FPS, so they're at 144. They're going way too fast. Commando shoots his gun, and the number of shots is based on FPS. What else was there? The Seeker has the audio bug on Mithrix where it might make them just spam the audio. The Captain, he has a bug with his Diablo Strike where it takes 20 seconds to land, but it might be invisible to everybody. So you can just grief your teammates by dropping it and not telling them. And then just... it suddenly appears. My brain wires always get crossed. I got a stuttering problem. Isn't it 12 dungeons? I thought it was 9. There's the Deku Tree, Death Mountain, Lord Jabu Jabu, and then there's the Forest Temple, the Fire Temple, the Water Temple, the Spirit Temple, the Shadow Temple, and then, Hyrule Castle. 3 plus 6, right? Ice Cave plus Bottom of the Well and the Castle? Well, I said Hyrule Castle. I don't remember the Ice Cave and Bottom of the Well. I wouldn't count those as dungeons. I guess they're mini dungeons. We'll see. Well, dungeons if you count the mini dungeons pretty soon. From which 2 are optional. How are you walking the map if it's VR? Just don't know, remember? So, we're walking to a YouTube video. What I'm actually seeing in VR looks like this. I'm just in like a corner of a Banjo-Kazooie map. I have filtered out the VR chat environment so I can only see myself and others. And I have green screened in a YouTube video. Both are longer than Deku Tree, but they're optional. Mithrix soft locks on phase 4 if above 60 frames per second. Well, as a chance soft lock. It's... yeah. You mean mini dungeons. Bottom of the Well is a mini dungeon and optional. Ice Cave is a mini dungeon as well. Hi, North Prince. Did I say hi to you, Techno Raid? Hi, Techno. Optional to who? Speedrunners? If it's not required for main story, if you can beat the game without doing it, that means it's optional. Bottom of the well is completely optional. You did when I came to roll. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I saw the red names and I was like, shit. Missed one of them. I literally was giving you head pats. Hopeful Games actually had something to say about it. Hi, Riddle. It's an England, my femboy nun. What the heck? I used to be pink, but then everyone was pink, so I changed back to red. Understandable. I hate that when you're like, I want to try a new color. And then, like, everyone else is suddenly that color, and you're like, man, I don't want to be this color anymore. Good morning, chat. Hopoo Games had something to say about Seekers of the Storm. And they were like, oh man, it's so cool to see new content. But it is bittersweet seeing the new team struggling with growing pains. We're sure they'll work it out, and we're happy to see what they've done. We still feel it's a good direction for the game. And it's basically like corporate jargon of, man, this fucking sucks, but we can't, like, just say it sucks. We gotta be nice. For mini dungeons, just Ice Cavern is required. I'm gonna try really hard to just only go do the things I need to do. There are some things I'm worried about that are just gonna be, like, finicky, right? Like, there's some parts in the dungeons. Anything that's a time attack, I'm gonna be worried about, because I'm wondering if the controls are just gonna be so janky that I'm like, oh god, this fucking sucks. Playing on an Xbox 360 controller, on an emulator, for a game that is, oh god, almost 30 years old. Like, I'm worried about the horse race, but we'll see. Excellent idea, I should be purple. Hello, Icy Magoose. Hello, Gale the ... Fill in the blank. My fave food is... Mine is burritos. Mine would be buttered spaghetti. I could literally just eat that 3 times a day for the rest of my life. I'd be 300 pounds, but I could. Well, it's optional, but makes Shadow Temple simpler. GTD is just completely optional and no reason to visit. Stop horsing around you. My favorite food is chicken. I'm actually having chicken tonight. I really should have done Ocarina of Time yesterday, because I didn't have any plans then. On Sunday is when my family and I eat dinner together. But I didn't have the stuff ready yesterday. And so it's gonna be today. And around 6, my parents are gonna cook chicken. And I was like, hey, I'm messed up with stream. Could I just have it brought down to my room? And they're like, yeah, okay. Galen, did you get 80 yet? I did, and my Warlock is 77. Yeah, once I learned dungeons are the fast way level, it's like, oh shit, okay. I'm learning I'm trash at Warrior Furisu. I'm learning that, at level 80, my Warrior does, like, 250k? And my Warlock was already doing 300 at 72. So I'm like, maybe I'm gonna be a fucking Warlock. The scaling is really bad and your Warrior wasn't this? Maybe. Your Warlock will be doing 100k at 79? My Warlock had worse gear at lower levels, though. I don't know. Even now, I'm still doing, like, 300k at 77. I am, like, regularly top DPS in the dungeons on the Warlock. Whereas on the Warrior, I wasn't. On the Warrior... I don't know. On the Warrior, I'll be like... Whatever, okay, another melee. on the Warlock, I'll be the fucking Warlock. I'll have the summons, I'll have the cookies. I'll be useful no matter how trash I am. And also, Diabolist is just fucking cool. Diabolist actually plays exactly like Summoner from Final Fantasy XIV. Where about, like, every 10 to 20 seconds, you're summoning a fucking, like, giant monster, and it changes your rotation just a little bit. I'm going to sandbag our raid. I swear I am not a stereotype. Did Keelan grab those bar like grabbing a pig and going to butcher? Huh? We were making a joke about that, Techno Rave. When we were playing Bronzebeard's Tavern. We're saying, like, let's put all the goblins over here. And put all the druids over here. And all the dwarves over here. You know, segregation. And then we were quoting the Dave Chappelle sketch. Where one of them's like, I'll have the grubs! What the fuck? I'm going to sandbag our rig. Oh no, is that Frisu? My fave food is whatever, but I like sweet and sour chicken pork. Leave now, segregation in my video game. Gonna break dance in Engi. I still kind of want to level tank. Frisu, I fucking hate the tanks I see in dungeons. I will get that fucking dwarf dungeon where every enemy has a silence and a stun or a knockback. Hi, Chewy. These are still a thing? Chewy. There's somebody in my fucking chat. They've already done it today. They have a 270 streak. Archangel has a 270 streak. I remember back when these first started, we were all going like, oh, they reset at 30. Oh, I think they reset at 60. And then Archangel just went further beyond. Oh, sheesh. I miss my 70 streak. This is not an easy channel to keep a streak in. It is every day at 9 a.m. And then Tuesdays there's an extra day. And then if I have power outages or, like, connection issues, I'll fucking reset 2 or 3 times. I don't know how he does it. I do want to try Brewmaster tank still. Frisu. But it's, I'm not looking forward to leveling that. Yesterday I made a whip joke in LowFam stream. Someone asked, oh, is that what you into? And I was like, I was going to say some bad joke about whips. But we can go the way you want to. Yeah, I stopped traveling after I lost the streak. I'm too busy now. I missed my streak of 1 and fucking half. Bet they keep the tab open 24/7. They wake up to it. So typically they wake up around this time. And then it's like, oh, I will make sure the stream is running. And then they will, like, kind of go back to sleep for, like, an hour or 2. Do we have 10 people? I think we have, like, 15 people, Frisu. They convinced the whole Classic crew to come over. And the Classic Andes are like, wow, this is a lot of fun. One of them put in the WoW channel this morning. Thank you, guys. I had so much fun today. You really made this a colorful and bright experience for me. I haven't had this much fun playing WoW in a long time. And it was like, look, man, you can't be that wholesome. Shit. Bye-bye, 60 streak. Oh no, a Classic Andy. They won't be able to deal with more than one mechanic. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Colorful sounds gay. What the fuck was that guy's life all these years? Hi, Wrath. WoW is just a high ups, low downs game. Right? It has, when you feel good, when you do something great, when you're having fun with WoW, you're having the fucking time of your life. But when WoW is, like, not going well, when everything's going wrong and everything kind of sucks, it's miserable. Same thing with League. What's another game? Same thing with VR chat. And so it's hard to leave WoW when you had, like, some of the best times in your life playing this game. You look back at those memories so fondly, and you just chase them. You want them. And you look at what you're playing now, and it's just like, man, just, I'm never as happy as I was 5 years ago playing this game. Oh my gosh, Sheila and I made some new friends in VR chat by asking them silly questions? Hell yeah. There's a million ways to make friends in this game, right? That's definitely one of them. I need a drink. Greetings, Eulans. Before this, I was watching a guy get clapped in COD. The Destiny effect. Yeah, I leveled my warrior first. That character is 80. I still might play it. I don't know. I'm going to be gearing it slowly. My plan is, like, when I have time, I'm going to be leveling characters. But before I level any characters in a day, I will run a dungeon on each character that's 80. And so I'll eventually get to, like, 470. Probably not 480, but I've got DK, Demon Hunter, Monk, Druid 80. Druid? What the fuck are you doing on a Druid? Warrior 74, Paladin 72. Ewan, where's the VIP redeem? So I can never reach it because I pay taxes. I don't want VIP to be connected to taxes. I have been... What VIP? I have been, like, indecisive on what to do for VIP. I didn't want it to be just, like, the biggest supporters. But I also wanted it to be the most active people. I don't know. Right now, VIP is for people that have thrown a lot of money at me. What's Kupo? If you redeem Kupo, I put this on, which is a Moogle pom-pom from Final Fantasy. But I'm not a Moogle, so I don't typically run it. But if you redeem it, then I have a Moogle costume piece on for the rest of the day. This got it. Oh, frump. You want the most active people VIP? Well, it was fun while it lasted. No, I do and I don't, right? Mooglin Bard. Not a Kupo good one. On one hand, it's like, I want the most active people. But then I also don't. Because quite frankly, too many of you should be VIP then. I want to be the biggest supporters, but then it's like, oh, then it just feels like, you know, you're just buying it. Which maybe that's not good, you know. I greatly value the people who just show up and spend time here. And I feel like giving VIP to the big supporters is like, don't ever forget, you're less important because they're a VIP because they've thrown money at me. I don't like that. At the same time, that is currently the system. Because a lot of the people who've just thrown a lot of money at me have VIP, and it's like, I can't not give it to them, so I don't know. I'm overthinking it. Bits is gonna be like, shut up, you're overthinking it. It's not that big a deal. What I feel like I should do is I should come up with a system like Koyo did. To, like, make it a game in chat, right? Either, you know, whoever redeems the most firsts for a month gets VIP. Or I don't know. Some way to do like a tournament like Koyo did with marbles. Koyo still does that? He doesn't, no. But he did it for like 3 years. And it was a good system. I thought he stopped. He did. I mean it dead ass, just an icon next to your name. It shouldn't be taken too seriously. See, that's a good mentality, Techno. But there are people that absolutely take it too seriously. Not a Koopa, what a Koopa. Eat the VIP pink lemonade flavor. In my opinion, VR actually makes you feel like you're in a whole another universe. I snezzed. Agreed, Wordy. So never getting it, got it. I hope some of them are valuable flavor. Oh yeah, if you got a VR headset, it will feel that way. VIP Pog. I got one. It was fun with Marvels on stream. I wish there was a way to like do it really fast. I almost wish like Twitch had a way to do it. I wonder if there's an extension for it. Like that'd be cool if there was an extension that's like, hey, for the next 2 hours, you can, you know, put your dude in a roulette or like a battle royale. And then they have them battle it out on screen, and the winner gets VIP for a week. I don't know. I can't believe I don't have VIP. Yeah, lost one? Bless found one. Card duel game. I feel you. I was conk blocked by VIP on Koyo's because of it. You know what was really funny, Chewy? The VIP thing on Koyo stream was my idea. And I thought, I have so many channel points, I'm gonna always have it. This is fine. And then my marbles would kill each other. And I would fucking lose every roulette. So there was like a 6-month streak of me not having VIP and fucking fuming about it. Because I was spending 50,000 tickets every week. I literally went from like 900,000 channel points to 200,000 over 6 months. Buying those fucking tickets. And it was just like, please. Please. I pick MTG. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel for VIP. If there's anything I would like to do. But the problem with this is that it would take forever to set up. I think it'd be cool to have a Smash Bros tournament. And so like I could set up a tournament mode in Super Smash Bros Ultimate. And like you buy a ticket, you're a level 1 CPU. You can pick your character. But then like additional tickets give you CPU rank ups. Why are we looking at a rock? Because when I started, the camera was away from the rock and looking at the boat. It was not a great view, but it was, you know, a boat view. And then when I got on the treadmill, the camera kind of flips, right? So instead of being over there, it's behind me. And I didn't turn where I was looking because Techno and Icy Fire got set up real fucking fast. And so I didn't want to like, oh, they're set up. Well, I'm just going to adjust anyway. And I would like 1 to 5 and 1 a couple times too. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is too broken. MTG is slow. I'd play Ultimate with you for fun, Euland. Hi, cuties. You understand the context of us bringing in Smash Bros, right, Frisu? We would have a tournament of CPUs where the CPUs would be named after people in chat, and the winner would get VIP. CPU these, okay. I don't care about VIP, I'm just happy watching everyone else be happy. Oh god, you're gonna make us deal with ultimate netcode? No, you're not gonna fight in Smash. A CPU is going to be named after you. And then I am going to be like, I would stream it, right? Like I'd have the Switch set up, go through the tournament. And that would play through the stuff. But, like, that's a whole bunch of effort. Hi, Haki Solon. Oh, okay, that sounds amazing. Found one happy? What the? Good morning, pray the mommy. So marbles with a new coat of paint. Kind of. It'd be a lot more one-on-one than marbles, right? So the matches would be one-on-one. Right? Let's say we had 30 contestants. Well, the first match would be Lost One and Icy Fire Mage. Right? And let's say Lost One literally just got a VIP ticket. That was just all he did. Just bought a ticket. He gets a level 1 CPU. He gets to choose which character, right? So I'm like, hey, which character do you want? He's like, I don't know, Ridley. And then Icy Fire, he buys a ticket, and he buys 5 upgrades. So his CPU is level 6. Which character do you want? Kirby. That first match would be a level 1 Ridley, named Lost One, against a level 6 Kirby, named Icy Fire. And Icy Fire would win, and he would move on to the next round. Speaking of Icy Fire... Hi, Dr. Air. Icy Fire, I don't know if Jack and Happy know how to find us in this map. Can I bother you to go to collect them? Hi, Feet-chan. Join me in the Mind Scale, I will show you. So it would be like those CPU tournaments Alpharad would do. Yes. Why you try to drag me into being a slave at the Mines? Found one. I need to bother Freya more. Hi, Gale, Freya. Hi, Hyel, Tell American Air. Okay, getting ready for walkies. Hi. Kisses for Ewan because dwarves, Gale. Hi, Feet. What about it? Found one. Head pats for Freya. I saw a tail. You did. You saw a big, giant Chillette tail. Biggie diggy hole. Someone made a furry Chillette? Hell yeah. The fuck is a Chillette? A Chillette is a lot of people's favorite pal from Pal World. Gillette, the best a man can get. Gillette? I think it's spelled a little differently, Riddle. Yeah. On one hand, this sounds really fucking cool. On the other hand, I can already see logistical issues, right? Keeping track of everybody's, like, tickets and upgrades and character, I like Feet, sounds fucking awful, right? I would have to, at the end of every stream, hi, King Dragon. King Dragon sends his regards. Friend Finder? Mm-hmm. Oh, there it is. Okay. God, another foot lever. I think it's the same one, Vince. Is it because it looks fuckable? I've never seen it. I don't think it's because it's fuckable. In fact, I don't think most people look at Chillette like that. I think most people like that you can ride Chillette, and they have a pretty good setup and are pretty strong early on.
To clarify, even though that's the case, it's a cuddly avid. It's cuddly. I wouldn't say the other part of that one, to be honest. Oh god, but well, it's also lewd and wholesome, so it's in the middle.
I can say that. I was referring to like the original Chillette, like the Power World Chillette, not this avatar.
Oh, I'm about to say. Okay, that do me also hard because I'm thinking. Because in honest opinion, my friend Cookie said that it's in the middle of like both sides.
I would say this avatar.
There's
yes.
no.
But like the original Chillette, the one from Power World, I would think most people aren't looking at that and be like, oh, fuck. Look at those fucking, right? Like, that's not the case for the standard chill. It's literally just like a fucking furret. I would hope most people, Hi, Anna Vampire Cat Kiss. What place is this? This is Caledon Forest from Guild Wars 2. We're in VR chat. But the actual world we're walking through is a Guild Wars 2 video on YouTube. Where I actually am, I'm in a Banjo-Kazooie world. And I'm green screening out to see the YouTube. One fuel attack. Charlotte is just mega cute. Okay. It has a lot of art of it, actually, Ewan. I know, but I think that's mostly a meme. Hi, Full Metal. Is that a Chillette shark? It is. Oh, you're icy? Yeah, no. So, Super Smash Bros. Tournament. I'd have to leave open, like, redeems for buying a ticket and buying upgrades. That takes away from taxes, so beach days happen less often. I would need to keep track of that throughout the month. Unless I only did it the day of, right? Like, the day before a tournament. I have all these redeems open, so I only have to keep track of that day. Which would make it easier. But, like... yeah. Then I feel like it cuts off. I feel like it'd be more fair to have it open all month. But, like, keeping track of everything over a full month just sounds so tedious. It does sound fun, though. It does sound really fun to, like, keep the redeems open all month. And then, like, have the first of every month be like, okay, guys, I spent all month setting this up. We're not walking to any videos. We're literally going to be, like, watching, we're gonna be watching Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Tournament stuff all day. And the winner gets VIP, right? It'd be like us walking. I'm, like, shoutcasting. We're seeing the stuff go off in the, on screen. It'd be nice if I could, like, move health bars to the top. I don't know if that's a thing you can do in Super Smash Bros. But, like, you know, we just watch a Super Smash Bros. Tournament for, like, 2 to 3 hours on stream. That sounds cool. It just sounds like a lot of setup. My handwriting is shit. Can I have your autograph? Doesn't matter. I can tattoo it and show it to my future children. I tell you guys. Jack is so cute, but then, like, you hear him say some unhinged wild shit, and you're like, oh, yeah. I forget he used to be, like, well, he's told me not to talk about his past on stream, but you forget he has a very colorful and rich past, where he has seen a lot of the world. He has done crazy shit. What? No. I didn't talk about it. I didn't say anything. Look, I think you should be proud of your drug running history.
And there goes the fucking big deal. Oh God. Sorry.
All good. It's a part of who you are, Jack, and, like, you've risen above it. You don't live that life anymore. I think that's really cool and respectable. See, Jack is always there when I'm not. White tail. Holy nostalgia.
Yeah, no problem.
It had a tail up in my face. I was like, no, don't do that.
Don't tell Bits that I am avoiding him, France.
Where is he?
Even if it came up, I would just lie to Bits. Going to fight you. Jack, come here and sit with mommy. Fight tail. Jack, I will call
Oh
him
my
Solo Jack
God.
from now on.
Where's that?
Was there any Risk of Rain bugs I didn't mention? There's probably a few, but I'm like, oh, what were they? There was the item bugs that are tied to FPS. There was the checks for bugs. So there's a few items that, like, their logic is connected to something weird. So it'll be like, the item will do this, but only if the boss meets their condition first. And if the boss, like, steals an item or has a condition that cannot be met, the boss will become invulnerable. And so Mithrix will do this with a lot of items. Where you have this item, and you also have this item, and the boss steals that item. Well, then that check can never happen, so they just can't take damage anymore. Do I see the cute and adorable Freya? You do. I'll stare at you Bits right here. Stare. If I get in VR, Jack, I'm going to kick you. Hi, Mr. Solo. Jack in his goddamn Discord, have you stare? LOY Solo. How are you, Freya? Hi, Nick. I'm good, hun. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Nick. Freya's a big cutie. Lost what? Gonna become unstinky. Okay. How are you, Ewan? I'm good. We're gonna play Ocarina of Time today.
Actually,
Mm-hmm.
I actually found two different versions of Chillet, actually, which I'm surprised. It was
this what I found in like 2 of them? Actually, hold on.
I think
This one,
it's
for example.
I think it's very upsetting that the fire version of Chillet that came with the update isn't called Grillet.
Oh, this is one of them.
I don't even see this as Chillet.
It's human form, I guess, but it can do something like this. Have you ever seen Star Trek before?
No, I do
What's
see.
this?
I do see the. Oh my god, I do see the Chillet tail, and I guess the ears as well. But other than that, I'm just like, that barely makes it a Chillet, I suppose.
Hold on. Here's the other one.
Is Techno Clean? How are you, Icy
The
Fire?
pick. There's a. This is the pink version, I guess, in this?
Mm-hmm.
I found?
Yeah. Same as the last one, where it's like, I guess that's a Chillet. It's more of just like standard anime girl with Chillet parts tacked on.
Yup.
The water version is Dip-It. The water version is Chillet. I see you, Lynn's,
I didn't think for them to have a fire version.
Look here, Jack. When you look at someone, the cat on your head looks like the Discord symbol. Who is the cutie in the onesie? I think you mean this one? That's Jack. We have Jack. We have Freya. We have Happy. Icy Fire's over there kind of beyond, behind people. And Techno was here a moment ago. It's ice, not water. Is there an ice type in Pal World? I thought it was just water type.
Well, it's the water, but it has dragon type moves for the Power World, though. I do know that.
Ice
It
Dragon?
can't have the fire moves.
I didn't remember if water and ice were separate types in Pal World. There is a water type? No, it's Ice Dragon.
I could be wrong.
Yes, they're
but
separate?
It should
Okay.
be separated.
It's been a
Yeah,
while
okay.
since I played. Ray, may I please pet the tail?
I
Okay.
used.
Of course, Nick, only the tail.
Wait,
Frick
what?
you and frick you, Bits.
Wait, who?
Huh?
No, I said pet the tail. Like what? You mean this one?
No. That's every day Nick asks to pet Freya's tail.
Oh.
Yeah, chill is Ice Dragon. There's a water type at church. They're screaming in there outside, chilling on stream. Watch nature. No, it's Ice Dragon. Yes, they're separate. I choose you, Chillette. Use Chillax. I choose. I'm not in church. Well, I think Riddle is. Like, Riddle is saying they are at church. We're at 1.7 miles. Yeah, I don't know. Seekers of the Storm. I had fun with it. I'm still having fun with it. I do think it's worth it. Like, it's not expensive. It's like $15. And, like, my stance on it is that, like, the game is better without Seekers of the Storm. It just runs better. The bugs are really bad. A lot of the bugs are probably never going to be fixed. But without Seekers of the Storm, you probably wouldn't play it as much. With Seekers of the Storm, everybody who got the game is going to put an extra, like, 10 to 50 hours into the game. So you're just playing the game more because of the new content. I've had fun with it. I think Wooly gave it a good rating of, like, 6 of 10. It's not as good as the Void expansion. Like, it just isn't. But I don't know, I'm having fun with it. Gillette is so chill. Jack is so cute. Dude, I don't think so. I think you're the cute one. I would have been in church if my grandmother was here. She's out of town at the moment, so I'm not in church. I'm cute as fuck, but Jack is cuter. Riddle me this, Batman. Oh my god. Barisu, are you still here? My goal right now... I want to just level like 8 characters. And if I just spam dungeons, it actually goes pretty fast. Yulin, do you play Call of Duty? Fucking never. Never have I played Call of Duty. Never do I have any intention to play Call of Duty. I don't think they're bad. In fact, I think they're, for the most part, well made. If not uninspired, but they are polished and well made. They're a very popular game for a reason. But I don't play shooters. God, why would you play that? Gay. Message effect. For 20 bits. I'm gay. I want a PvE COD game. I hate PvP. Would you play the zombies mode? I would play the zombies mode if it wasn't zombies. If it was less scary, maybe. But, like, also it's just an FPS game. I feel like I'd rather play any other type of combat game zombies mode. Like, I'd much rather play a, like, fantasy sword fighting zombies PvE mode. I'd much rather play, like, a top-down. Or a 2D. Like, it being an FPS is, like, I very much lose a lot of interest in that. I should stand here with a sign that Market Yulin's Discord, stop! Yulin, why you gotta like bad MMOs? That's crazy, Full. Because you're the person who likes everything. And if you played WoW, you would love it too. The only reason you're calling it a bad MMO is because it has a subscription. You're the one sitting here streaming Star Wars a ton lately. What do you mean? I played WoW and I hated it? There are no rules against the pals, Batman. In fact, it is encouraged to abuse them. Why does Jack have a very cute avatar? They went and found one. I hate zombie. Feel like zombie games are creatively dead. Oh, pun not intended. Could be worse, Overwatch 2. Would you call Overwatch 2 an MMO, though? Or are you, Riddle? I don't know, Nick. It is because you are cute. I've leveled the warrior. I don't see myself playing the warrior. I'm almost max on the warlock. I could see myself playing warlock. I want to level some of the other melee next. I want to level shaman and maybe survival hunter. I can also see myself trying some other ranged. Arcane mage and balance druid. I'm not interested in healers at all for WoW. And I do want to level brewmaster monk as a tank. Well, haze is a strong word, but no. I don't find it fun at all. I feel like it got to a point where it did not support solo players when you played it. I don't know which expansion you played. But now it is very solo friendly. Like, you could just go through all of WoW and never group up with people. And you could do, like, every quest you come across. I feel like now, like, I'm struggling to see how you wouldn't like WoW with how much there is to do in the game and how just dynamic and diverse so many of the systems in WoW are. That being said, I don't recommend you go and play it. You'd have to buy the expansion for like $40, $50 or something. And then you'd have the monthly fee if you weren't keeping up with it. Graphics alone turn off a lot of people. Yeah, but he'll play things with worse graphics. Graphics isn't it for full. Let's walk through Lakeland. Sometimes you just want to brain off bully some undead dorks. How are the kids, Freya? I miss Blade and Soul Warlock. Blade and Soul is coming back. Blade and Soul Neo in a couple months. I played a few hours on a friend's account several years back. Like Star Wars Galaxy was still live years back, and it just wasn't fun. Well, yeah, that's why you didn't have fun. You didn't put a meaningful amount of time into it. Your friend just threw you on their account. Did you create a character? Bro, that was like TBC. Did you create a character, or did you just get on his high-level character? Because I'll tell you when WoW got fun for me. Yes, I created a character. I created a character in vanilla, and like I wasn't really getting the quest for like an hour, 2 or 3. And then after some time, like somebody asked me to group up with them to help them with the quest. And we just spent like 5 hours together in Teldrassil, and from then on I was hooked. This was day 1, right? That's not the hi honey, where the fuck are you? Hit respawn Huntera, and then on the wall there is a friend finder option. And you can teleport to people. Icy Fire's coming to collect you. Now the experience you get, it's a little harder to get into WoW. It's better to level with somebody.
Son of a bitch.
We're the fucking 8th level. It was gonna take you a while to find us. I saw you join and I was like deep in conversation. I was like, I need to remember that. And I instantly forgot. I'm so sorry. Hi. I think the good experience now to get in WoW is to just play it with a friend. To play it with a friend who understands you're new to the game and is just there to answer questions and do what you want to do. Because when Death Knight was the big new class? Okay. That look bottom left. Oh, we have a small Benoy today. Kiddos are great. My son turned 6 on Friday.
You're a Benoy.
Yeah. Our Blainsel Neo won't have Warlock in the start. Oh, it won't? Rip. This looks like someone put on an infrared filter on a camera. Hi, Yuki. Kinda. This place is just a weird purple area. Yuki cutie. Antenna Yuki. Hi, honey cutie. Freya. Tappies, Gale, Yuki, Icy. Down to fight later. Admittedly, TBC Mop is slop content. Mop, Wad, Legion are peak now. Wow. You said Mop in both of those. Okay. It depends on which category you're looking at, right? If we're looking at solo content, like you just want to level through the expansion, get the leveling experience, and then do things as a solo player, I would say vanilla... Oh god, vanilla's rough. I would not... I don't know, maybe vanilla's fun for solo players. I'm just so biased against vanilla. I think TBC is... It is the oldest content in the game, and it's rough. Wrath of the Lich King gets better. It has a good story leveling up. Cataclysm is questionable. Mop, I think, is a really good leveling experience. Warlords of Draenor, the story's trash, but it is a really, really good leveling experience. This is when the leveling experience, like, got good. After WoD was Legion. I'd say it's not as good. Hi, Sandral. It's not as good as WoD. I saw Octomage for a moment. Hi. It's not as good as WoD, but the actual content that you do is better. Like, the leveling up, not as good. Post-leveling up as a solo player, better because of the artifact hall. Or the class hall. I could see Full just losing himself in Legion. Okay, no. Disregard everything Tal played in World of Warcraft, because she's a fucking idiot. I love her, but she's the type of idiot that goes into a PvP server, goes, if it's red, it's dead. I kill any alliance. And then kills 5 people on the alliance, and then they group up in Corpse Camper, because she's been killing them for the past hour. And then she's like, this is such a trash game! Oh my god! Like, the alliance are so dumb, I can't do anything, and it's like, you did this! You started this! You pissed off all of them, and of course they're killing you now! Has Elon fixed phone yet? Oh, parents haven't needed to call you or anything. I have not. It is Gale. No Gale here, Jack. They know exist. Sure, after D&D, I'm down. I've also watched Tal play, like, a lot, and I just super have no desire to play. It just does not come off as fun to me. Vanilla WoD, Legion, DF are probably the best solo experiences. We'll see after the War Within ends. I'm expecting War Within to be one of the best solo experiences because of Delves. Hi, Nyashu. Oh my god, Jack. Nice wall. How did the story go for Cataclysm? All I remember is a big dragon with metal jaw. The big dragon shows up. You go to Hyjal or Vashir and get ambushed by, well, Deathwing's forces, kind of. Then you go into the Maelstrom. Then you go to Oldham. You're kind of just discovering all these people that are, like, siding with Deathwing. And then you go to Twilight Highlands to deal with, like, the headquarters of the cult. And you're kind of just chipping away at Deathwing's allies before dealing with him. You deal with Green Jesus shit, which is ugh. If it's red, it's dead woo. I also guess I just super don't care about the world either, so that doesn't help. I think the stories are neat and that crazy lore guy, but super don't care about it. I watch her play more than just PvP. But everything she does is PvP. She will go out and grind cloth for tailoring and turn that into PvP. Holy moly, Ewan. Another person is giving out Ult Bunny model for free. Time to throw ass and full body tracking. Hell yeah. Just the basic gameplay doesn't look fun. I feel like you're just predisposed to not liking it, Full. I feel like you just don't want to like it. Which is fair, that's fine. I'm definitely like that with a lot of stuff. But, like, we have played way worse combat systems. Like, I don't know how you can look at Star Wars and be like, this is a better combat system than World of Warcraft. Right? That is like an insane take to me. I think I think looking at that with like Final Fantasy is, I hate Final Fantasy combat, and I look at it as vastly inferior to WoW. However, I understand the pros of Final Fantasy for people, so I can see people liking it. But like Star Wars to WoW, I'm like, there's no fucking way. The big bitch ass jawless dragon. As long as you aren't a FF14 player, that is a good take. They are, though. Holy, it's Octal. I'm his biggest fan. Hi, everyone. You maybe think, well, if you like FF14 gameplay, how would you not like WoW? And that's the thing. I don't like FF14 combat at first. I see the merits of FF14. It feels... World of Warcraft combat feels like a really fast scrap. Like, you need to be fucking dodging and reacting and going fast. You need to be, like, paying attention. Whereas FF14 combat feels like a dance. You have 30 seconds to, like, a minute of, like, you need to do this rotation and press the exact same buttons every time. But you need to be doing boss mechanics while that is happening. Can't believe Yuland hates FF14. I don't hate FF14. What, dodging? I'm saying the feel. So, okay. In World of Warcraft, they have very dynamic and reactive combat. You only have, like, 4 to 10 buttons, like, damage buttons to press in your rotation. And there's some classes where they literally only press 4 buttons. But you will have procs, right? So, like, Fury Warrior. Every 4.5 seconds, they want to use Bloodthirst. Which basically comes out to every 4th ability. Which maybe it's every 3 seconds. Every 3rd ability, you want to be using Bloodthirst. They also have Raging Blow. Raging Blow hits about the same as Bloodthirst, but it has like a 9-second cooldown and 2 charges. You get a lot of like charges back though. So like basic gameplay would just be Bloodthirst, Raging Blow, Bloodthirst, and then you would run out of abilities. They also have Slam, which hits like half as hard as those other two, and is free, but like, you don't want to be using Slam. That's like last priority if you're pressing nothing. Right? So you could Bloodthirst, Raging Blow, Bloodthirst. That's if you get no procs. What's more likely is that you've gotten procs though, right? Bloodthirst, Raging Blow, Bloodthirst. At this point, you've gotten like 1 Raging Blow proc, so you wouldn't use Slam. But that is very much like, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. That very rarely happens in Final Fantasy. That happens on Dancer. I don't know if they have many other classes that are highly proc-based. Fury Warrior, if you're playing Mountain Thane, will also be using Thunderclap every 4.5 seconds and throw that in with the other moves. They also have a proc called Sudden Doom, which lets them use Execute. Execute is normally move you can only use if the enemy is under 20% health. Sudden Doom proc will let you use it whenever. And so it's like this priority system of Execute at the top, then Bloodthirst, then Raging Blow, then Slam. When you get over 80 Rage, you want to use Rampage. All these other moves don't cost Rage, but Rampage does. Rampage hits the hardest, but it's not necessarily the most important, because like if you have Bloodthirst coming up next, you would use that instead of Rampage, and you want to fit Rampage into those times where you wouldn't be able to use Bloodthirst, Execute, or Raging Blow. So it's like, it's this constant, you're planning 2 to 3 moves ahead, but like it's extremely dynamic and constantly changing. Whereas Final Fantasy XIV is like, I'll tell you monks, for example. You boot shine, you twin snakes, you demolish. You dragon kick, you true strike, you snap punch. You boot shine, you twin snakes, you snap punch. You dragon kick, true strike, demolish. Right? Like, you do those in the same order every single time. You optimize way more than me. What, dodging? I'm literally the opposite, Gale. Feeling hating stuff again? Should have guessed. I'm literally here defending dynamic playstyles and Fulls hating. That sounds boring? It's not boring because, one, it's extremely fast-paced. The GCD in WoW is fucking fast. And two, you have 5 to 10 moves that you're constantly balancing and constantly making split decisions to, this one is better. I would argue Final Fantasy XIV is fucking boring by comparison because there's no thought in it. You did this move, next is this move. You did this move, next is this one. Oh, by the way, even though you don't have to think between abilities, we've given you time to tab out, message somebody on Discord, and tab back in because you have a 2.5 second global cooldown. So enjoy waiting around forever between abilities. They're so boring that, in fact, the appeal of combat in Final Fantasy XIV is that we overloaded the animations. So they're pretty and sparkly and have bright colors going all over the place. Because, shit, nothing else is happening in Final Fantasy XIV combat. That's not actually how I feel. But I feel like you could look at it in that light in a very jaded, biased perspective. I'm great. Just left a free party. Want to stop by before logging out? Hell yeah. I do more than 14, and certainly not what I'd consider to be my main MMO. I think people would consider Guild Wars their main MMO. You optimize way more than me. You can't use Monk as an example anymore, they were gutted? Why can I not use Monk as an example? They're still good damage, and that's still how their rotation works. You could say the same thing about Samurai. I use Monk because I know Monk. You could say the same thing about Samurai, the same thing about Dragoon, the same thing about Reaper, Pictomancer, Red Mage, Black Mage. Like, they all have the same, you want to do this, and it's typically the same every other time. The only exception I know of is Dancer. It's the same thing with fucking, Summoner. You start, you summon Bahamut. You do Akmorn and the alternate skill. And then you do 6 of the Dragon Bursts. You probably want to do your Aether Surge and your 2 Necrotizes. Once you do 6 Dragon Bursts and your 15 seconds of Bahamut is run out, then you do one of the 3. If it's Titan, then you use Gemstone, followed by alternate, Gemstone alternate, Gemstone alternate, Gemstone alternate. Then you do Garuda, you cast your alternate, and then Gemstone, 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 Gemstone. And then you do Ifrit, Gemstone, you cast your Gemstone, you cast your Gemstone, and then you do instant alternate, instant alternate. Then you do Ruin 3, and then you have about 3 seconds waiting for your next Bahamut cooldown, although this one will be Phoenix. That's it. The same thing. Every time. Unchanging. No procs. Hi, Dingo. Woo, celebrate, Yelin. Too much shit. VNS Warlock CC, use AoE, summon Thrall, send Thrall in. Attack, attack, attack. I see the merit of Final Fantasy combat, right? If you have a high ping because you play in, like, Australia or something, or you play on NA servers as an EU player, the netcode allows you to get shit done. Whereas in WoW, you kind of struggle a bit. WoW is so fast-paced that if you're at 150 to 200 ping, there are just certain classes that you cannot play. And it's kind of the same in Final Fantasy, you know. If you're playing 150 ping, people will say, do not fucking play Ninja. So according to me only hearing Yulin attacking FF14, all classes are the same and it's shit? This is a very biased, for the sake of argument with full, interpretation of Final Fantasy XIV combat. Legs must be looking fire. My legs are toned as fuck. I think more people enjoy World of Warcraft combat. World of Warcraft combat, one, animation-wise, it's not as bright and sparkly, but it is way more fluid. In Final Fantasy, you will do like an AoE as a warrior, and you'll just fucking plant your legs and slide around for 2 seconds. And it's like, what the fuck is that? Whereas in World of Warcraft, your legs have separated animations from your upper torso. So if you're standing still, you'll plant your legs. If you're running around, your legs will be moving. And no matter what ability you're doing, your legs are going to be doing something appropriate to your movement. You will never have fucking ice skates in WoW. I mean, he's out of line, but he's right. I personally, I enjoy having a smaller amount of abilities that I need to dynamically think about and, like, use accordingly. I like it when I think about certain things, right? I don't like it, an ability bar of 20 abilities that's like over a minute. Do it like a fucking dance of do 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 do. Like I fucking, that's so obnoxious to me. That's so many abilities for just like why? All right, I'm going to log out. We'll be back in chat. Okay. That reminded me of the enemies in that land. Fucking hate those ray gun spinners. I understand why people like Final Fantasy. I think it's very likable. I think overall this is just my take, and I think, you know, I have way more fun with WoW. But it's weird to me when people are like, I think WoW has bad combat. And it's like, hold on. Hold on. You can like one style more, but you cannot like worse versions of WoW. That's where I'm like, wait a minute, Buster. Also, Ewan, how do you like your cameo in Genshin? Oh god, what is my cameo in Genshin? What do you mean by that? Hula Jaw? I actually don't know who that is. The Pixel Lizard? That is not my cameo. Fuck you. I hate that thing. Why does he look like that? Why are all the lizards normal and this fucking one is like a digital lizard? Oh, I hate it. FF14 is extremely similar to WoW. Which was I'm like, oh, they only play FF14 and hate WoW? Got it. I would say they're very different. They're the same in that they're tab target for Isu. But like, WoW is very fast-paced. Very fluid, very dynamic and reactive. Whereas Final Fantasy XIV is way more slow-paced. Way more, like, intricate and, like, a lot more to do. But it's the same thing to do every time. It's literally WoW at 0.7 speed with more complex rotations. I would say it's slower than 0.7. If you look at them in regards to tab target MMOs, they are opposite sides of the spectrum. If you look at them in regard in all fantasy MMOs, they are more similar than not. You know, they're both more similar to each other than Guild Wars is. They're more similar to each other than WildStar or Terra. Don't mind me. Going to go play my Minecraft with a 22-button opener. Then press the same 6 buttons over and over just like WoW. I don't even count RuneScape as having combat. Oh, why did I read RuneScape? You said Machinist. What is wrong with me? Message ignored. This isn't the Euland I remember. Oh, I did miss your message. Where is this? This is Lakeland. This is in Final Fantasy XIV. This is the first zone of the Shadowbringers expansion. I'd compare Star Wars to WoW more than I'd compare 14 to it. I would say Star Wars is in a middle ground between the two. Because there's not too much reactive stuff in it. And I'd say it's more like WoW, but without the, like, fast pace or, like... And maybe this is just me not having a max level character in Star Wars. I would say Star Wars is more like WoW. But to me, it's just a worse WoW. The animations aren't as clean. It's not as fast-paced. There's way less diversity in classes. There's a lot of classes that kind of do the same fucking thing. Is it fast-paced, though? RuneScape is slop content? Is WoW fast-paced? Yes. WoW is extremely fast-paced. At its peak, they had a class that had a 98 APM rotation. In 60 seconds, they were pressing 98 buttons. That is extremely fast-paced. At its lowest, it is like 48 button inputs a minute. Whereas like Final Fantasy XIV, I've seen it be as low as 28 APM. Fast-paced if you were a snail up top. RuneScape is the first AFK game. #1 tour guide. RuneScape is slop content. Will Freya always be so very cute? Nope. Nothing lasts forever. Art is an explosion. It is fast-paced, though. That doesn't make sense to me. It is fast-paced in relation to Star Wars. It is very fast-paced in relation to Star Wars. I would say it's still fast-paced in regards to most MMOs. It is fast-paced compared to Black Desert Online and other games. Now, your movement is slower. But I'd say your rotation is as fast as that. No, I mean Star Wars is fast-paced. I would not say it is. Definitely not what I've done in Star Wars. Maybe it gets better at the end game. I would say Star Wars is pretty like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, it's just like, yeah, okay. Okay, let's be real. PvP in WoW probably the only hard part of WoW? No. I think Mythic Dungeons and Mythic Raids are hard. You need to remember, Full, he can't read. I can't read when he says it fucking weird like, it is fast-paced though. And I'm supposed to know that's about Star Wars. That's not on me, Gil. Fuck you. Chat, is Freya best mom? No, there's many best moms. Oh, why, Ewan? Why do you have to remind me that the trashy Black Desert game that need to come out? Mythic Raids are hard in same sentence. Did you kill Fyrak on Mythic, Farisu? Hi, Saris. Morning, Ewan. It is on you, though? It's literally not! Good morning, Saris. This is ridiculous. I solo tanked Fyrak Heroic. You think Mythic is going to be that much harder? Oh, so you didn't then, Frisu. Okay. I just got the Accurate skin. That looks amazing. Chewy, I love it. I love it so much. It's like, some of them are kind of just recolors, right? Like, the multi one was really disappointing to me. But the Accurate skin is so good. I did Fallen Avatar Mythic. That was harder than any boss I've done in a raid. TOS was the hardest raid ever made, by the way. Sure. Elon, do you have a favorite Star Wars character? A favorite Star Wars character? General Grievous. I really like General Grievous. Now, I really like him in the show. He was a fucking monster in the cartoons. And then when they brought him in episode 3, he was kinda lame. Ian, what is your opinion on Hot Pockets? They're good. They're tasty. I haven't had too many. I've always had, like, Tostitos or some stuff like that. Oh god, what were they? Pizza bagels? Crimson Snow. Hit boss with a really hard attack. Boss just slide on the ground like a bad animation. Frisu, I think you're an incredibly good WoW player. I think you are fully capable of killing anything on Mythic rating. I think it's disingenuous to say Mythic is not hard when, like, it's just fact most players cannot do Mythic. It's just like, they cannot. And so when you go, Mythic isn't hard, it's like, you didn't even do it? I don't know. Looks kind of weird to me. You don't see how WoW combat outside of PvP is hard? Maybe the Mage Tower encounter since it's solo-oriented? It feels like you're looking at it in a regard of like, I could get carried through Mythic. So therefore it can't be hard. But if that's the case, people have to be carrying you in Mythic. The fact is, it's competitive. It's not easy just because you're not competing against a player, but you are when you look at logs. When you look at, like, ranking yourself and your performance against other people. That's like saying Mario 64 speedruns don't show off skill because there's no other player you're going against. It's like, I don't... Huh? What do you mean? Me just hoping to God BL4 doesn't flop like BL3. Tiny Tina's Wonderland. BL movie. Yeah. Tostitos. I don't see why WoW combat outside PvP is hard. Maybe the Mage Tower. Borderlands 4 flops. Will Gearbox be finished as a studio? No. They kind of come off as one of those studios that could fail upwards. That could, like, even when they produce slop, still somehow come out okay. What do you mean? Why are you talking about carries? When I try to parse, I get 9900s. There's no skill involved in parsing. Okay, Farisu. If you don't understand this, I don't know how to explain it to you. My chicken strips, hold your thoughts. IQ. Walkies. It was funny yesterday. I was watching Buyu stream last night. And he's like, Ewan, do you ever have, like, a channel point redeem? That while you're walking, chat can put a leash on you so it looks like chat is walking you? Have you done that? And I was like, it's a thought that comes up, but I haven't set it up yet. 2 minutes later, I think it was Pixel post a meme in the Discord that's like, walking Euland on a leash. And it's just like, what is happening? Why is everybody suddenly mentioning putting a leash on me? Reese, you just want Euland to choke block her and tickle his organ? Sorry. I don't know. Farisu's just coming off as a person that, like... I don't know, they win a basketball game and they're like, I should quit basketball. It's so easy. Like, there's no challenge in it whatsoever. And the losing team is just like, damn, dude. Kind of wanted to win, but, like, I don't even want to play anymore because you're such an asshole about this. And Farisu's just like, man, I won by so many points. This is so easy. Why would anybody do this? It's just easy. It's like, there's winners and losers. There's clearly people that aren't winning. What do you mean it's easy? You look good with a leash. Euland is just leashable. Agree? Oh my goodness, huh? I'm back, had to put fries in the air fryer. I talked a little bit how, like, it almost sounds like Farisu. Like, you just won a basketball game. And you're like, wow, I should quit basketball. It's just so easy. And it's like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, you did well. You did great, sure. But it's clearly not easy for everybody. Somebody just lost. Basketball is PvP. I wouldn't say it's easy. Oh my god. Okay. You win a round of golf, Farisu. You played golf. You got the best score. You won the golf tournament. Golf is so easy. That's still PvP. Then how is rankings different? Hi, non-dairy. If you got a 99 or 100 parse, which is against other players, how is that different than golf? Golf isn't full contact. You can play golf with one person. You could play it in a tournament with 20 people. How is that any different? What cut of fries use oil? Everybody knows you want a leash, Yulin. I'd let Yulin put a leash on me, and I'd thank them for it. Yeah, non-dairy. Hi. Because parsing is, the content is so easy, you had to make a fake competition out of it. There's literally no difference between parsing competition and golf competition. There is none, Frisu. Full contact gold sounds kinky. And let me handle it, Frisu. I pluff you. Is it easy? Golf, LOL, autocorrect. There's no difference, Frisu. If you play golf, you get a score. You can compare that score to the score that other people's got. If you DPS in WoW, you get a score. You can compare that score to the score that other players got. It is the same fundamental. They're the same thing. And so it's like, you want a round of golf and you're just like, I should quit. It's so easy. I got a score of 50 and everyone else hit 58. What are they... Like, it's just so easy. Not everybody is hitting 50. They didn't do as good as you. Did Jack fall asleep? Maybe. I need a drink. So I've gotten 99s and 100s in Mythic Race. Do you think that is a competition when I stand and fire to make my death strikes hit more? Is that skillful? Yes. I am sandbagging to do more damage. It's shitty, but yes. You're doing everything you can to squeak out more damage. Other players do that too. You think you're the only one doing it? You think no one else stands in the fire to make death strikes heal more? You think you're the only one that ever thought of that, Frisu? Really? Purple cat, is that Sen? That is Sen. It's just not hard to sit in fire? Well, maybe you'll get more fun out of it this expansion, Frisu, because you won't be tanking, and you won't get more DPS from standing in fire. What is that big creature? I honestly have no idea. Like a big, bold plant thing. They're friendly. I don't think that one would... Well, actually, no. I think that one would attack you. Most of the time, they're friendly. People will do anything possible to get bigger numbers. Hi, Q-Sen. Hi, Dehi. I'm probably going to end up tanking again. Just like the old Feral strat, where they used that one mace active from a dungeon. Hi, Meathies. The time I remember, Gale, was when they got runic power from Anti-Magic Shell. And so every Death Knight, Frost and Unholy, was standing in fire with Anti-Magic Shell to get more runic power. Hi, Master. Or you could be like me and stop playing WoW. Yeah, but I have fun with WoW. Barisu has fun with WoW. She's just doing this weird argument where she's like, even though I love doing raiding, I want to say it's easy and like a waste of time. It's like, what? What? I have fun playing WoW, yeah. People always find ways to squeeze more DPS from anything. Man. Yulin, do you love taking my gift sub dick? Yeah, Meathies. All 12 years of it. God, with the... You cannot be like me and have never played WoW. PvP, world content plus delves. Mythic, raid for me. You're insane. Really enjoying solo queue PvP. Excuse me? Huh? Okay, so Chewy. I was watching my friend Big Deck before this. And Matthews gave me a 12-month sub, gifted me a 12-month sub to Big Deck. And so, yeah, I love taking all 12 months of it, Master. I miss WoW, but would not go back because it has changed so much I'd be starting over. Sometimes I love headphones, huh? Cringe. That's just Matt Yulin relationship, don't worry about it. Saucer God. Oh, I dodged. Why am I crazy, Yulin? Because it's wild to me that you just undervalue Mythic so much. You get good parses on Death Knight because you stand in fire. Thus you're like, oh, everything about Mythic is invalidated. Even though less than 1% of the player base will kill the final boss of a raid tier on Mythic, it must be easy. Because I can stand in fire and get a few more death strikes out. It's just, I don't get that, Farisu. Raids are slop that are based on 9 to 19 more people. It's not hard. My singular job is a meme on all 4 difficulties. Then play a different job, Farisu. Go play something where you can show skill. Go play a fucking outlaw rogue and be top DPS in the raid. That would be hard. And that would be in Mythic content. I'm trying to be an unholy DK? Yeah, I said be an outlaw rogue. Don't be something that's already fucking strong. I don't know where Unholy Death Knight is on the rankings. I know in Dragonflight they were strong. Roll 6 Sim. How is Matt today? Frick you. I don't know. Your take is just weird, Farisu, here. It's just weird and wrong and nonsensical. You want to show skill. Get top DPS as a rogue. Doing okay. Matthews, I'm going to be playing Ocarina of Time today. Do you think I can beat it in one day? Doing top damage does not show skill. I've been over this. Why do you think it's not a showcase of skill? Risu and Yulin both have a lot of L takes, but it's okay because I love them anyway. How is doing a DPS rotation better than others not a showcase of skill? You in one day? No. I kind of don't think I'll be able to do it. I think I'm going to get like 10 hours, 11 hours in and be like, I'm fucking tired, guys. Oh, God. Realistically, I'd be trying to beat it in 9 hours. Because then that would be like a 3-hour stream and 9 hours of Legend of Zelda. But we'll see. We will see. Ice Storm Spectre. I've watched people get 99s, 100s, but be sacrificing other people's damage to get there. It's almost always the case. Okay, Farisu. Oh, the warrior got to 100. Oh, but he didn't press rally when asked and didn't do the mechanics. You're throwing out anecdotes to prove your point, Farisu, and that's not a good form of argument. It's gonna take more than a day for you, and probably a day or two, on just a single dungeon. It's not gonna take a day for a dungeon. How's your walking going? We're at 3.8 miles right now. I just don't find the raids hard. Okay. And like, if you don't find them hard, you know, that's fair. I think you're a fucking really good player, Farisu. I have seen you tank. I have seen you do things that the other tanks in the group are just, you know, falling over like a wet paper bag to, and you were just blowing away expectations. I think you are, quite frankly, better than the rest of us in our group. I don't think that means, oh, Farisu can do it, so it's easy. I almost see that as, like, egotistical. And, like, oh, it's easy for me, so the world revolves around me. That's not how it works. Just because you can do it doesn't mean everyone else can. I've never been a fan of trying to do games quickly or non 100% speedruns, because watching people just miss a bunch of side content isn't all that exciting for me. I have seen a lot of the side content in Ocarina of Time. It was just when I was 8 years old. The purpose of playing Ocarina of Time today is to officially beat it, because I never have before. When I was 8, I got to the Shadow Temple and got scared. And so I never finished the Shadow Temple. I never fought the Bongo Bongo boss. And I never did Hyrule Castle. I've beaten Ganondorf. But, like, I can't say, oh yeah, I've beaten Ocarina of Time. When will this stream be? Right now. We're gonna walk for 3 hours, and then we're gonna go straight into Ocarina of Time. Most of Ocarina of Time stuff I watch are randomizers. Yeah, I mean, the game's been out for like 30 years, right? So, there's not too many people just... What? What? Playlist? I hate when the playlist does this. Go to the next video. God. It's Suramar. We're not doing all of Suramar. Here. Wait, you don't think killing Ganon is beating the game? I don't think killing Ganon is beating the game when you haven't done the Shadow Temple. There is a section of the game I haven't done for Isu. Man, it would suck if you had incline for the rest of this walk then. It would, Matthews. But we have, because we have things later on, there is stuff that we still need to do. Base speedrunner you want. I don't think that applies to speedruns. I think speedruns are done when the credits roll. And so, if you play Ocarina of Time, and you get to the Temple of Time, you've done no dungeons, clipping through doors, and you get the credits to roll, that counts as a speedrun. However, you know, you've missed parts of the game. You haven't fully beaten the game. Yo, I just fished up a wrench. Risu spoiled the whole game. Hoi hoi y'all, I wake up late. Hi Pixel. Wind Waker randomizer win. I may try to do Wind Waker next. For 450. Because that is the same thing as Ocarina of Time. I never did Hyrule Castle in Wind Waker. Would take him too long, Chewy. Base speedrunner, you and it would take anyone too long. You guys talking about Zelda? Yes. After our walk today, we're gonna play Ocarina of Time. Just fished up a wrench, Poggy's defense, Chewy. What you'd find is too long. Possibly impossible, KekW. My WoW opinion might be cooked, but Wind Waker is not a top 5 Zelda. I just want you guys to think of that. Think of what Farisu just said. With regards to the argument we're having. I may be wrong here with World of Warcraft. But I'm not wrong. Wind Waker is not a good Legend of Zelda game. That's her take. That's her take. Just for all the people on the sidelines of this debate right now that have just been listening in. Just remember that. Yulin Link cosplay win. Are you pouting for attention?
Oh.
No, I don't want to reward you for it. RP steals your lollipop.
But that thing bouncing around on his head?
No. Freya has a lollipop stick coming out of her mouth.
Oh. Oh, you weren't saying something out loud or saying text out loud. You were just saying, I take your lollipop.
Yeah, I take your lollipop. If I were to cosplay Link, I mean, obviously it would be Gerudo Vi Link, or it would be Sheikah Armor Link. Fucking goofball. Do we think if you know the check spots, 100% rando is maybe like 8-ish hours? Can you tank IRL though? No, she's a wet paper bag. She would be folded. Sometimes you can get soft lock though, I think. I can take 5 guys at once. We don't think Wind Waker Rando has a no logic option, so it shouldn't be possible to soft lock in a Wind Waker Rando. No, for day 450, Wind Waker is an option. However, I'd want to do the HD remake, and I don't know if that's easy to emulate. I have the old version, but with the Triforce pieces in the old version, that sounds fucking awful. No logic randos can soft lock, logic randos can't. BRB, I may lost internet. Okay. Other options for 450. There's obviously Majora's Mask and Banjo-Tooie again. I fucking love those games. So, you know, I don't really need to beat them for like, oh, I never beat this game before. I just would want to play them. Do you like being on boats, Elon? I don't mind being on boats, but the moment I'm in the water, I hate it. Alright, BRB, need to be an adult. Go pick up rent and do contract work. Okay. I hope it all goes fast.
First of the month.
Yeah. Banjo is fun. I had fun with Banjo-Kazooie. I'm happy that I can say I've beaten it now. Because as a kid, I never fucking beat the quiz. And I can say I have done the quiz now. I beat the quiz and I beat Gruntilda. I still think that boss was kind of fucking hard, like, for what they expected of a kid. That must be why you don't mind Wind Waker? Well, no, see, Dingo, I've done 95% of Wind Waker. I did the Triforce puzzles. Oh, you're talking about just don't mind being on boats, yes. Wind Waker specifically doesn't have a diving mechanic. You never go down into the water. At most, you're just on the surface and, like, swimming around. Which, I get nervous when I'm swimming around and I see that exhaustion meter going down, where it's like, hey, you're about to drown. That shit scares me. But it's way worse to me in Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, Majora's Mask, though to a lesser extent. When it's like, hey, turn on your water breathing and swim around. That is way more scary to me. In Twilight Princess especially, oh my god. In Twilight Princess, when you get in the water temple, you get the boss key, and you open the door to the pillar in the middle of the main room. And you go in there and you're like, how's a boss in this tiny little room? Is this like a liminal space or something? And it's just a hole in the ground. It's just a hole with water, and it's so deep that it gets dark and you cannot see the bottom. You were just able to tell, this is a pit to the abyss full of water. That shit is so unsettling to me. When I played that, I was like 14, maybe 15. I don't know how old I was. But I remember I opened the boss key, I looked down in the hole, and I said, fuck no. And I was like, well, I need to kill the boss, right? Like, I literally can't beat the game if I don't kill this boss. And I love this game. I don't want to do anything but play this game right now. I ended up pacing around my room for 5 minutes just to be like, okay, it's not that bad. You literally can breathe underwater. Zora Tunic Steel Boots. Zora Tunic Steel Boots. I was just like, I can do this. It's not that bad. But, like, for 5 minutes, I had to, like, work myself up to it. Put the steel boots on, and I jumped in the hole, and I fucking hated that boss. I hated it so much. It wasn't even that hard. Take your boots off. Don't get hit by him charging you. Put your boots back on, grapple hook to his little antenna thing, and smack him around a bit. Like, that's all I remember from him. Your fear of the deep is pretty extreme. It's less the deep and more drowning. Going down into dark water under a structure is horrifying to me. Anytime I see like a cave, it's like, hey, dive around and swim in this. That is the worst thing ever. In Avatar: The Last Airbender, there's a scene where Zuko climbs up like a pipe of water in the Northern Water Tribe. And he doesn't know what's on the other side. He's just going in. I hate that so much. In Raft, there's a scene where you're in Tangaroa and you're running around this like facility that it's like, it's enclosed tunnels and rooms. It feels like you're on a submarine. And you blow something up and water just starts leaking into this. So it feels like you're on a submarine that is now filling with water. I fucking nearly shit myself when that happened. Chicken strips and french fries at home peak? Hell yeah. What? The Twilight Princess water boss? It's a big eel. The eel itself isn't that bad. It's just his room scares the hell out of me. Would one of those diving cages be a nightmare to be in? Yes. Absolutely. If I was in a diving cage in a scuba suit, I would be so uncomfortable. I know that boss is a joke. I'm pretty sure the mini boss in that temple is harder. I don't know. He's a cool design. You look at him and he's like, oh, this is neat. But then you fight him, it's just like, oh, okay. I guess. Sure. The boss isn't allowed to do anything once it starts swimming. You can just stab and hookshot right away again? Yeah. He's very forgettable. I definitely forget him first among the bosses, right? Twilight Princess. It had the, what was the first boss? I say he's the most forgettable, and then I'm forgetting the first boss. The first boss was the Forest Temple. Was it? You were saving the monkeys, I remember that. But I'm forgetting who the actual boss of the Forest Temple was. So Yulin's gonna have to pace when he gets to the water boss. So it just says one thing. First one was the three-headed plant creature thingy, where he threw explosive bugs into its mouths. The three-headed plant thing. This is the Twilight Princess? Mandragora. I remember the Skyward Sword plant boss, and I'm like, it's not that. It's not the fucking thing. But I'm really struggling to just remember the dungeon at all in Twilight Princess. You go through the Smoky Woods, or the Poisonous Woods, then you save the monkeys. And that's not when you fight it, is it? You come back. You have to go to that place again, and that's when you go through the temple. I don't remember it at all. Diababa, that's the name? I remember the fire boss. I remember it was the Goron chief with the jewel on his head. I remember the big eel in the water temple. The big three-headed Deku Baba. I'm just not remember. Can you post a picture of him in the Neat Stuff channel? I need to see this guy, because my mind is just blanking out hard on him. I just do not remember him at all. I left my DMs with feet chain open. That's dangerous if somebody came into my room. Okay. I remember the two-headed dragon in the Sky Temple. Dude, I just don't remember this guy. But I'm like, yeah, that's Twilight Princess for sure. This thing you in the first boss? I'm looking at it, I'm like, I kind of remember him, maybe, but like, also it's not like, oh yeah, I'm not having that, like, the bell going off. Maybe that thing's the most forgettable boss and not the big eel. I remember the snow dungeon boss. That one was crazy. I don't think people like that boss at all, because you're on ice the whole time. Manor had the big ice mask? Yeah. Temple of Time was a big spooter. It was shit. The first boss of the Deku Tree in Ocarina of Time, there was like an armored version of it in the Temple of Time. The desert dungeon had the fucking giant skeletal dragon. Goma, that's it. Goma. What are we at? We're at 4.5 miles. Desert boss was fun, Star-Lord. That is like my peak dungeon in that game. I think that's like an incredible example of the Legend of Zelda formula working well. You go into the desert dungeon, it sucks to move around. You get your way to the mini-boss, you get the spinner top. The spinner top makes it easy to go around the dungeon. You fight the boss using the spinner top with a fight specifically crafted for the spinner top, and it's fucking cool. Spinny top never be used again. It's like you use it for 2, maybe 3 pieces of heart elsewhere in the world, which kind of sucks, but like I feel like that dungeon experience was worth it. You could have built a game of dungeons like that based on the spinny top. Spinner was just used in TP and Hyrule Warriors. That's it. I do remember there was a hallway from like Northfield to Westfield that had a spinner track on it, and you would use the spinner to like get a piece of heart up there. And I can't think of anywhere else you use it. I do think Twilight Princess kinda fails in that regard, in that like, even though it does the formula well, it gives you 0 incentive to ever use the items outside of those dungeons. You never use the spinner top again. You never use the mace unless you just want to. You use the double hook shot, but that's like, you know, you're just using your standard hook shot. It's just more hook shot stuff with less standing points. I feel like when a game gives you a tool that you then need constantly and can open up stuff in the past, without it just being like, hey, you have the tool now, this door opens, I feel like that's good. And that was probably a weaker point of Twilight Princess. Diababa is very forgotten boss in Twilight Princess. I want to go back to WoW. I leveled Warrior. I've almost leveled Warlock. I'm gonna level Rogue next. I really want to like Rogues. Rogues is like just aesthetically a thing I like. I've had a lot of fun with them in the past. I want to see if like maybe I level one up and I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling this. I'm having fun with this. I can stick with this. You been doing any professions while leveling? I did herbalism and alchemy on the warrior. My herbalism is like level 79. But I feel like I missed the wave to make a lot of money with it. I feel like the herbs have already crashed. Between early access, as well as the auction house literally being turned off, I feel like, you know, there was less opportunity this expansion to, like, make a lot of money. So I'm probably not going to level with all of my professions. I'm not going to level with them on every character. My fishing is 230 of 300 ATM. Been doing it since you started stream. Slower than every other expansion's fishing. Did you start at 1 when I started streaming today? Or were you at, like, 200 already? I need to do fishing this expansion. I always want to do fishing. I was at 100? I always want to do fishing. Fishing usually has a mount that I really want. And then it gets harder to obtain later on. Like, I don't have the Legion fishing mount. And fuck, I want that thing. But, like, getting the bubbles... Fishing in the bubbles in Dalaran is so fucking tedious and annoying solo, where it was really easy when everybody was just out there fishing. Legion had, like, 3 mounts of fishing rod artifact and 7 reputations. Plus 8 toys. Is that just fishing? Yeah? Gah. Gah. Ah. I know. I should get into fishing. That would be something that's good to do when, like, I do VR chat Fridays. Margos plus the 6 fisher friends. I've never done much fishing. My AFK grind in Legion was killing basilisks in Felsoul Hold and mining the fel slate from them. The Pond Nettle mount from Argus, the 2 mounts from pre-Argus. Yulnd isn't patient enough for fishing. It's not that I'm not patient enough. It's just that fishing itself is like, I need more than this. But it's easy enough that I can do it while watching videos of stuff. So, like, if I'm watching videos with Sen, Core, Fradel, Full, I can do fishing while doing that. True story. If you max out all 7 of those reps, you get a special cosmetic color change for your fishing artifact. 2 of them. Oh. Did you see the meme for Isu? Of people doing the War Within intro experience where they go through the rogue class hall? And they're like, what the fuck? What is it? There was a city down here, huh? Just never knowing about the rogue class hall. That shit's so funny. I know. Okay, of the classes, I'm not really interested in Death Knight or Paladin. I'm not interested in Evoker. I'm not interested in Druid or... I'm kind of interested in Demon Hunter. I do want Rogue and Monk, though. I don't want a Priest, but I do want a Mage. So that's Mage, Warlock, Monk, Rogue, Hunter, Shaman, Warrior. That's 7 classes that I would like to max. DK is peak right now. DK is so peak that my friend, who has been a Blood Death Knight for like 10 years, is re-rolling Demon Hunter. What class hall? Rogues had one of the best class halls. I think we've ranked them before, like, oh god, maybe a year ago. But, like, Warrior class hole, good. On a scale of, like, you know, S, A, B, C, F, I'd say the Warrior class hall is A. I'd give the Paladin class hall a C. I think it's fucking lame. Death Knight class hall, S. It's just an S. For the male users, what even are those? I don't know if you're serious, Gale. I imagine you know what those are. Icarus is perfection. Icarus is just so good. The hunter one, that's a C. That's just a C. The shaman one, it's a B. It's in a weird location. It's a B, maybe an A, but it's like a barely A if so. It's fitting, and I don't know what would be better, but literally just a rock out in the ocean. Rogues, that's an S tier. An underground hidden city in the underbelly of an actual city, that's S. Monks, F tier. I think the Wandering Isle is an F tier location when they had an A tier class hall and then they destroyed it just to bring them back to the Wandering Isle. I hate the Wandering Isle. Worst class hall. Druids, the Dream Grove, A, maybe B. Nothing wrong with it, it's okay. Maybe just like, oh, shocker. It's another Dream Grove. Demon Hunters, the Fellhammer, B, maybe A. It's what you'd expect, it doesn't feel special. Hogwarts for mages, this is an A. A liminal space tower in Dalaran, that's cool. Priests, B, maybe C. It doesn't have any place. It's just a floating Naru ship somewhere, I guess. It feels like they could have done more of a cathedral. I feel like it would have been cool if where was it? Somewhere in the eastern or western Plaguelands was a really big cathedral. And Priest cleansed it. And that's where their new cathedral was. Maybe like the old, the Death Knight intro. If they took, a church there. Which I don't remember if there even was a big church there. But if they, like, cleansed that area where the Scarlet Crusade was in the Death Knight intro. That'd be a cool class hall. Paladins should have had Hearthglen. Paladins having the basement of Light's Hope Chapel was so dumb. And then Warlocks having the fucking asteroid out in space. I guess. A, maybe B. It's like okay, but eh. It didn't hit me as like, whoa, this is Pog. Now, functionally, monks, death knights, and druids have the best class hall. Because they get to teleport to them whenever. They could go back to where they were whenever they wanted also. Couldn't do that shit as the other classes. Last played Wrath of the Lich King, you expect me to know, remember things? I don't think you played Legion Gale. But yes, I do expect you to know things about a little bit of everything. Honestly, Icarus is probably the only perfect class hall other than Warrior. I'd say Rogue was perfect. We're having one portal straight to each zone in Broken Shore was sick. I'd say the Rogue one was extremely fitting. A lot of people didn't like it, and they wanted Ravenholt Manor. I have no idea the fuck class halls for WoW are. So in Legion Gale, in Warlords of Draenor, they gave everybody player housing. They had their garrison, but each person had their own instance garrison, and so it felt very isolating. It felt like you don't see players of the world anymore and the world's dead. And so what they did for Legion was instead of you having, like, your house, all rogues had a class hall. All warriors had a class hall. And so, like, you would go to this class hall and basically have all the same functionality of your garrison from Warlords of Draenor, but you would see all of the people of your class. I do know about garrisons. So, let's say you're a warrior. Well, when you want to go to your class hall, You go to Dalaran, and there is yeah, what are they? They're not Vrykruel, but they're the angel ladies that like the Einarjar that lead you into the afterlife. You step on this platform in front of them, and they bless you with like sky wings, and you just leap into the heavens. You literally go to Valhalla. And so as a warrior, you hang out with the Titan Odin in Valhalla, which is like a dueling pit, a fucking like mead hall, a blacksmith. Like it's literally just warrior heaven. And you just see a bunch of warriors hanging out there, doing warrior things. With Death Knights, if you remember Icarus from their intro quest, which was the necropolis floating around that when they rebelled, they stole from the Lich King, that's their class hall. So you would go there and just see a ton of other Death Knights there. A darker HD one, yes. For mages, they basically got access to a tower in Dalaran that had been sealed off for like 50 years because the mage that owned it had like died 50 years ago. And you recover some of his notes and how he was tracking these powerful weapons. And through that, I think you like revive a like, not a ghost, but like an enchanted incarnation of him that's like, hey, here's my memories. If you're talking to me, that means I died. And now you gotta pick up where I failed. So I'm gonna help you and give you access to my tower. And it's like, it's a tower in Dalaran that kind of functions like Hogwarts. All of the paintings in the tower, like, have a soul sealed in them and the eyes move. It's a liminal space in that the tower itself is really thin, right? But on the inside, it feels like a massive mansion. It had a very Hogwarts feel to it of like, oh, there's only scholars and mages here. The class halls were really, really fucking cool. They each had their own storyline. When you first unlocked them, when you started Legion, you were basically told, hey, you're like a super important member of this class. You know, warriors around the world know your name. And so you're going to be like a commander. You're going to be like in charge of stuff here. And like as you level up, it's kind of like your class hall dealing with the threat of the Burning Legion. Typically there's like a commander who's like dealing with you specifically that you're chasing down and hunting. You're recruiting other notable warriors, right? In the Death Knight class hall, your companions, and Freesul will correct me on this because I'm going to forget some of them. You recruit Koltira and the human guy, the human Death Knight, the liaisons to the Alliance and Horde. You make an abomination. It's not Stitches, but you have like an abomination companion. And then I think you also get a Lich. You also get the 4 horsemen, Thessarian and Koltira. Yeah, okay. You also remake the 4 horsemen. For the Death Knight story campaign, you literally remake the horsemen, and you start with Nazgrim. Then you go revive Danath Trollbane. Then you revive fucking Whitemane. And then at the very end, you get Mograine, the son who was in the Death Knight intro and has been the leader of the Death Knights in the Ebon Blade. And those are your 4 horsemen. Legion really tried to focus on your class as a whole, and the combined efforts of the other classes. The War Within you have the 4 horsemen with you every time you go into combat too. Yeah, they've got them as a spec, which is really fucking cool. It's like they had a really strong focus on like what does your class do in the world? And then toward the end of the Legion expansion, it was like all the class halls are coming together in a united front against the Legion. So at the Broken Shore, you have a town called Victory Point, and it is managed by the 13 different classes. I think it might have been 12 at the time, I forget. The 13 different classes, and like they have a banner of each of them. There's a part where you can see a banner that has each of the class hall icons. And whichever class you're playing, that is the most numerous one. So if you're playing rogues, there's a lot of rogues at Victory Point. Because it's cool, let me guess, it's not a good spec at all. No, I think it's actually really strong. The thing with the hero specs is that you always have two options, and some of them are underperforming. Some of them like could be better. But for the most part, they're all viable. I know the Sealed Fate spec for rogues is fucking hot garbage. It is worth noting that Death Knights betrayed the Dragonflights and the Paladins. Yeah. Unholy Dark Rider is the meta unholy choice. And like sometimes it'll be like this hero spec is better for this content, and this hero spec is better for this one. I know for Fury Warriors, the Slayer spec is better single target, and the Mountain Thane spec is better AoE. So for raids, they're saying, hey, go Slayer. If you're dealing with a lot of like trash and you need the AoE, you will do better with Mountain Thane. We're at 5.3 miles. I think we're gonna go to 2:30, and then we'll just chill for 30 minutes. I say 2:30. That's 2:30 on stream time. The actual time will be 11:30 Central. Then we'll just chill and hang out for 30 minutes. I'll basically rest. And then I'll go to my transition screen, get a bowl of cereal, and we will start Ocarina of Time. You're so fucking cute. It looks like there's 4 of you right now. Because there's Freya, Jackson, and then Jack's hoodie, which is making the same face as Jack right now. Granted, Jack's eyes are open. Well, I guess it's not really the same face at all, but... We never went over the holidays. Icy Fire, are you ready for the holidays? I am. There were a lot of holidays today. It's the first of a month, so there was a lot of them. American Chess, Building and Code Staff Appreciation, Chicken Boys, Emma M. Nut, Ginger Cat Appreciation, Acne Positivity, Burnt Ends, Cherry Popover, Forgiveness Day, Euro, No Rhyme, No Reason, Pastor Spouse, Tofu Pet Rock, Pink Cadillac, Toy Tips, Executive Toy Test, Letter Writing. Okay.
Pink Cadillac. Oh no, that's a Ponzi scheme thing.
Is it really?
Yeah. So the pink Cadillacs were given out to people who sold makeup door to door and got other people to sell those makeup products too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
American Chess. I feel like I might be uneducated on this. Is there different types of chess? Is there American chess and international chess? Did we somehow change chess in some way?
Maybe some rules could be different, but other than that, I feel like chess is chess.
That's what I would have thought. Building and Code Staff Appreciation. Sure. Don't know that we need a holiday for a specific vocation, but okay. Around the same, but America wanted to feel special again. Hi, Global. I think it is in poor taste to make one of your friends be Discord girl. I'm not going to use Discord just for Discord chat. I don't even want him to be Discord girl. I like Jack's actual avatar that he doesn't use anymore. Chicken Boy.
Which one?
The one I met him in.
Hmm.
Chicken Boy is apparently a mascot for some fast food chain and has a holiday. It's literally just, it looks like the Miami Hotline guy. It's a dude in like a college jacket and with a chicken head. He's got a day. Emma M. Nutt. This was the first female telephone operator who paved the way for a lot of women's rights. So yay her. Ginger Cat Appreciation. I think we all like orange cats. We all like orange cat brain cell memes. Acne Positivity. I don't know how you be positive about this, but I don't know about you guys. I had a shit ton of acne in high school. I had it real bad, and ugh. Burnt ends. This is a food thing. I was free of such a curse? Hell yeah. Cherry Popover. Cherry Popover is a dessert. I don't fully understand it, but it looked neat. Apparently it's super easy to make. Forgiveness Day. This is like the 5th Forgiveness Day this year, I swear. Gyro, or gyro. This is the sandwich.
I thought there was more than that.
Yeah, God, I know. Every month there's a Forgiveness Day. This is the sandwich gyro. Which apparently, if you look up how to pronounce it, every dictionary gives you a different answer. Some say gyro, some say gyro, some say gyro. No rhyme, no reason day. Sure. Pastor's Spouse Day. This one's fucking lame. Get the fuck out of here. Tofu Day. I'm okay with tofu. Ghetto. Hop on Dragon Ball GT. Can you pick a better era of Dragon Ball? I mean, like, I don't think any of them are that good. But GT? Pink Cadillac Day, like Silent mentioned. Toy Tips Executive Toy Test. I don't even know what this is about. I looked it up and I've already forgotten because it was such a like, what the fuck? And then letter writing. Write a letter. Go for it. Those are the holidays. For news, Wizard 101 is coming to consoles. Yay. I forget who it was that plays Wizard 101. I know someone around me is like actively enjoys playing Wizard 101. Oh, it's 11:32. We're at 5:06. I'm gonna stop walking. I'm gonna go somewhere comfy. Not a sus camera angle to come back to at all.
Oh no, was it looking at you weird or someone else?
It was just me where Freya was standing that was like, wait, huh? It just looks like she's on her knees and I was like standing with my waist right there and it's like, wait a minute.
I see.
We pause this. I turn this on. Where are we going? I don't need to update my title today. My worlds. Worlds is already open. Chatting. Portal. Gero. Where was the first time you ever heard Gero? Mine probably was Dragon Ball Z. But I think the first time I remember it, it was like, wait, that's what frogs say in anime? That's what they have them do? I think it would have been One Piece in the Alabasta arc. Do I remember this world at all? Not really. Oh, I kind of do. Yeah, they've got... Oh, it's got the weird player. Can I turn on raining lo-fi? This is the one where we discovered, like, whoa, the player can do so much. That's so crazy. And then, like, it just gets stuck. Unable to load video. Can we try empty places? Why do all these not load? Okay. Okay. We're gonna be behavior. Okay. We're gonna be there. I'll just get my own music. Well done, you.
Well, something loaded. Looks like Skyrim.
Oh. Okay, that makes it easier, I suppose.
I don't know if that was you or someone else put a video in.
I didn't put a video in. I was just trying to, like, click on the playlist. And the last one I clicked on was, like, the sad lo-fi that was like, I don't want this one, but I'm kind of just clicking on things to see if I can get them to work.
Let's turn that off. Everything else is okay.
Oh, I didn't change avatars. I just flipped my trackers around. Ah. And then turn this back on.
We go.
Yeah. I turned my feet around and then I didn't calibrate. Oops. I just
Oh,
stood up and
God.
I was like, why are my feet backwards? Okay. Ah. What? Ah. Oh my god. Actual fucking cat behavior.
Yeah?
I opened up the menu. How do I close it?
Right stick, down up, or up down. One of the two.
Oh, okay.
Down up.
Now I understand how.
My eyes are still closed.
Ugh.
I gotta remember that, I'm horizon adjusted right now, and it doesn't work well with Dodo Loco. But
The
yeah, I'm
music-
still laying down. It just looks like I'm actually standing up.
Hell yeah. The music is so faint. It just... Oh, maybe it was between songs. It didn't seem like there was music for a moment. Well done, Yulin. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Wizard 101 is coming to gaming console. Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox. Who was it that plays Wizard 101? I literally, like, I know someone that plays it, and I'm like, who the heck?
What is Wizard 101? Remind me what it was. I remember seeing ads on TV, but
I think that's about as much
didn't
as
quite
I
catch
know.
what it was.
It was,
Oh, okay.
it was like a browser MMO. Or something like that? I never played it.
Oh,
I
the
always
video
looked at
changed again.
I did change it. It was like sad lo-fi, so I was like, maybe now that that video is working, maybe all of them will be working. So I clicked on the
It's playing another sad song. The empty places, the back rooms, foggy suburbs.
Wait, I thought I hit the rainy lo-fi. Here, let's see.
It's empty places. Let me try.
I just clicked lo-fi girl. Hi, Matoshiro. How did summer treat you? Summer didn't treat me any differently. I'm in a basement, so like I don't get hot. I'm in a nice, cool, comfortable basement that stays nice and chill year round.
Okay, it's back on lo-fi girl because I also press empty places or rainy places and it decides to put on another backroom song.
I see.
Right, okay.
Is it playing? Because I'm not hearing anything.
The video player is kind of buggy. We've been fighting.
Yeah. You heckin' adorable. No, you. Ugh, I'm fucking tired. I'm like thinking, oh, we're gonna be playing Ocarina of Time for a long time today, and getting tired thinking about it.
Unless it's one of those games that helps you stay awake. Link to the Past actually does that for me. I don't know about you.
I think because Lo-Fi Girl is just live, it struggles with that one. Try the raining Lo-Fi again. That one was working. So long as if it can play. Okay. Did you see the sabotage they did on Risk of Rain 2? We talked about it a bunch today, Matoshiro. We talked about, so if you know who Wooly is, he's like one of the Risk of Rain content creators. And, he did a tier list of the bugs of Risk of Rain that was really funny. The bug tier list, it's so funny. I watched that yesterday. We talked about a bunch of them. He also, it's in the tier list video. He talks about how Hopoo Games actually tweeted and commented about the performance of Seekers of the Storm. And like...
Yeah, Hopoo had no part of it, right?
Hopoo had no part of it. And they basically wanted to be polite. They basically said, hey, you know, it's cool to see it come out. It's also hard to see the growing pains of the new team picking up the torch. You know, they're doing their best. They'll work a lot of this out. You know, we love to see the direction they're going. You know, all these bugs are unfortunate. Yada yada. They're basically being like, yeah, we know it sucks, but we're gonna be polite. The DLC was entirely Gearbox. Hi, Kumi. Air said Plapland. Huh. I don't know. My take on it, Matoshiro, is that, like, it's $15. If you really like Risk of Rain, you're still gonna have fun with it. It's not great. Like, the Void expansion was better, Base was better. The stuff they added, even if it worked perfectly, is still, like, yeah. Like, there's very few crazy fun items that they added. That being said, you know, if this didn't come out, it wasn't like I was going to be playing Risk of Rain. I would just not be playing Risk of Rain if this didn't come out. But because this came out, even though it's not the best content, not the best quality, it still made me put like 20 hours, and I'm going to put in a bunch more time into Risk of Rain in the last few days. It probably hasn't been 20 hours. It's probably been like 12. So it's like, it's getting me to play Risk of Rain. In that regard, it is good. The down patch till they fix it. It's getting me to play Risk of Rain, which... calculate this incline. That is closer to 2. So we'll put it at 2. I've been enjoying watching Risk of Rain. I've been having fun play it. I've gotten four of the Primordian skins, and I've gotten the Monsoon skin for one of the new characters. I don't need the buggy update with mild DLC. I have the tank mod. I don't play mods, so like, yeah, if in your position, it's not worth it. Don't get it. I've almost fallen from the seat multiple times. I should stop leaning so hard. I will not. You know what's funny? Something that I do a lot, Icy Fire. When I'm hanging out with somebody in desktop, I'll just lay on the ground. I'll literally just lay on my carpet with the pillow behind my head. So that I can, like, you know, still be part of the conversation, but, like, not sitting in a chair slouching as I fall asleep. Like, even if you don't buy the DLC, you get fucked over. Yeah. Mainly update the fucked up stuff, though the DLC itself did also have issues. Got a down patch till they fix it. Calculate the sign client. I've been enjoying watching Risk right now. I don't need the buggy update with mild DLC. I have the tank mod. My friend got the like Fortnite emote mod. Oh god, Brain Rot City. I haven't even gotten the new character so far. They give you one character right away, so they give you Seeker. You get Chef when you put 3 items into the thing, which thankfully they transfer over. So like, you literally just have to get there a few times. You don't even have to do it all in the same run. And then the third character you get from going to the Gold Realm, getting a Halcyon Shard, going to the Primordian and killing the final boss there. That character is apparently very strong. They feel a little clunky though. I have Seeker and Chef? You're missing out on so much free stuff, SMH? Oh, for sure, but like that's with any game that has mods, right? Like Skyrim has tens of thousands of free mods, and I think a lot of them are really, really good. Why do people keep talking about Chef? Because he's in Risk of Rain 2 now. He's been added as a character. I'm glad they put Chef though, because Chef is amazing. Also because it's Chef, but also very much issues. So far I'm having troubles defeating the boss, sadly. Yuki, what is your frame rate set to? You should lock it at 60. Because if you have it set to uncapped or 144, his laser does more damage. I really don't like the revive mechanic is on Survivor. I wish they made it a mechanic for anyone. They kind of did. So like the Seeker has the revive mechanic, and that's, you think it's at 200? Yeah. So the laser from the boss scales with your frames per second. Boss ad spawns also scale with your frames per second, Yuki. So if you turned your frames per second down to 30, there'd be like no mobs. And if you have your frames per second at 200, there's too many mobs. That's why I got insta-killed. Yes, I think his dash also scales with his frames per second a little bit. This update has done a few things with the frames per second that are really fucking dumb. I'm okay with the revive mechanic on the Survivor because they also added revive shrines. I think it'd be really, really strong if it was just that character, but because it's like, oh, there's also revive shrines, it's less valuable. It's also an equipment. It's also, you know, the Dio, so. Like, some mods have it where you have a shrine that costs a lot, then you can revive friends by paying. I think it's at 200. Even the chest amount that spawns at the start of stage is tied to FPS? Yes. I didn't know chest amount that spawns. Oh, that's why I got unskilled? Out of the equipment can self-revive or revive someone else, though it's consumed on usage. You didn't meet early access beam, that one-shot you. That's better than... Dio's still so bad except on NG? I mean, so corrupted Dios, yes. I would rather have almost any other item on a character, right? Like, I don't think Dio is worth... Boy, Dio is gambling and easier to get to. Like, so here's my thoughts on Dios. And I have the same thing with ceremonial daggers. It doesn't help you at all if you're already ahead and doing well. And if you're behind, it doesn't make you stronger and help you catch up. It just makes it so that if you die, you're exactly where you were 10 seconds ago. You're still behind and struggling. And so Dio's is like, I kind of look at it as a weak item. It's nice. It's nice if you're playing a little glass cannon-y and like it gives you the chance to fuck up. But it's not like it's not the best red item, right? Same thing with ceremonial daggers. Unless you have a forget me please or forgive me please, on kill items are kind of weird. Because if you're not killing enemies, they don't help you at all. But if you're killing enemies, then why do you need stuff that goes off when you kill enemies? You're already killing enemies. So it's like, it's good if you're playing something that's very single target focused, right? Like if you're playing Loader or Bandit, Ceremonial Daggers is great. But like if you're playing something that AoEs the shit out of everything already, then it's like, this does nothing for me. Boy, Dio is gambling and easier to get to. I wish Dio gave stats buff as long as you're alive. If you die, it revives you and you go lose the buff. That'd be cool. Just need to play without crit or already void items. Yeah. Okay. A lot of people really don't like the corrupted crit glasses. I think they're very, very strong. I think if you are a fast attacker, the crit glasses are insanely busted strong. And if you're a slow attacker, I would not get them. They're giga strong if you know how to use them. Yeah. If you're playing like Loader, where you punch people once really hard and trigger items like your bands, that's not good, and you'd much rather have crit to like double your damage, right? A 0.5 or let's say you have a 100% crit chance, right? Let's say you have 10 crit glasses or 10 void glasses. That is either a 100% crit chance, 100% chance to do double damage, or a 5% chance to one-shot them all. Well, if you hit once every 5 seconds, you fucking want the crit. But if you're like Captain and hitting, 7 times a shot, 4 shots a second, that is 7. Is it 7 or 8? I want to say 7. 7 times 4, 28. 28 times with 0.5, right? So you would have like a 140 on average chance to kill something every second you look at it. That's fucking strong. My math is way off there. Pixel's probably rolling in his grave because that math is way off. But like with crit glasses, with somebody that can just fucking do a shit ton of procs, you're just looking at things and they're just collapsing in on themselves. Just unspawn enemies. That's like a lot of items. If you use them the wrong way, it won't work. Void ukulele plus void glasses is giga nasty. Yeah. Did they add any new skills for old survivals or modify and move them? I don't think so. I really wish they had. I really like it when they add new ways to play for the old survivors, but I don't think they did. But one issue with void glasses, all that money lost to have gups. Nope, Motto. So many years for so little. Yeah. Yeah. It's not a good expansion. I still think it was worth it. I've had a lot of fun with it so far. It has got me, like, way back into Risk of Rain, and I'm having a lot of fun playing Risk of Rain. And honestly, the third skins you get... Oh my god, Motto Shiro. Have you seen the new Acrid skin that came with it? It's so good. Gups can't split if killed by void glasses. Money. Yeah. I'll take it when it's fully fixed. I think the Gups being killed and making you lose money, I feel like I never start with crit or void glasses. Like, if I was somebody that could take advantage of them, I would not take them right away. I would take them if I'm corrupting, like, 10 crit glasses, right? I would rather just have the crit chance early on. Mods can help deal with the lack of work from their part. I think it's mostly Bandit and Railgunner that could take void glasses fine. Since they don't care about crit chance items? Hmm. Is it enough that I just put the game to 60 hertz in the options? No. You don't want to do it with hertz. You want to do it with frames per second. Specifically FPS. If 60 HD is what it's labeling it as in the frames per second, yes, 60 will be fine. But specifically that you put hertz is like, that feels like the wrong thing. Mercenary, if you have the
Yeah,
alternate
hertz is
alternate-
more of a monitor thing rather than a game setting.
Yeah. You have the alternate void glasses is a no-brainer. I really like void glasses. Yeah, but 60 FPS is equal to 60 hertz. Yeah, but why wouldn't it say 60 FPS? Like, does it say 60 hertz in your options? Because that's just like... I know hertz is essentially your frames per second for your monitor. It's weird to me. It's weird that they're labeling like that. I don't know, it says HD and they're discovering options. If that's what it says, yeah, put it at 60. You should have an easier time then. You will have less mob spawns, and a lot of the enemies will do less damage. You might do a bit less damage, but kind of like people saying feet instead of meters. Oi, oi, oi. Hang on. Hang on. No FPS limit is a different thing? I feel like maybe there's a different option. Like, it just... That they labeled hertz is like, that feels wrong to me. That doesn't feel right. Wait. Let me restart my game. Yeah. Hertz is for the resolution, not the FPS limit. Yeah. When you say hertz, I'm like, that seems wrong. It could be. I wouldn't fucking put it past Gearbox. I can't see the FPS limit option.
Or turn on VSync if your monitor is at 60 hertz. That should work too.
There should be an FPS limit. If they're using hertz, okay. That's weird though. Since I have an FPS limit option in video between VSync and Gamma Boost, okay. What did I do yesterday? I unlocked the skin for the third character. Wasn't there for me? Oh. I don't know if you guys heard it, but I just got an email. NVIDIA control panel. 3D program. Select recent program. Risk of Rain 2. Max FPS apply. Hold on. I thought it was something that you could limit in the game. Do you have to go through... Okay, now it's there? It was probably always there, Yuki. Yeah, you can limit in-game? Okay. You should be able to limit in the game? Yeah. That should help you out, Yuki. Because literally everything is tied to FPS now. In a bad way. The option was just not in there for me.
No game should be designed that way. We should have known this back in 1989. But it's still happening.
Kura was saying there was a reason for it. She gave like a good example of when to do it. But I'd have to ask her specifically. So I was wondering why you were mentioning her since it's not labeled as that for me. I cleaned my PC yesterday. I hadn't done this in like a year, but I actually turned my PC off, opened it up, dusted it, cleaned all the fans. I had a few spider webs in there, which was like, what the fuck? Hi, Cairo. I cleaned out everything in my PC. I did not detach the heatsink and apply new thermal paste. I probably should have, but I didn't do that. The Horde hater. PC is cleaned out. Woo! Oh, new drive is installed. I was running out of space. It turns out when you have 215 MP4s of walking videos that are all 5 to 10 gigabytes on your computer, they take up a shit ton of space. And so I only had like 100 gigabytes left on my second drive. I need to move everything over from the second drive to the third drive still. I'm back. Welcome back, Wordy. But yeah, now I have a drive dedicated just to walking videos. And that will free up a shit ton of space on my second drive. I need to reformat my main 2 drives. My solid state and my second hard drive that's 2 terabytes. I feel like they've just been, you know, my computer's just been chugging lately, and they could just use a fresh cleaning. What was really weird was nothing went wrong yesterday. I literally just... Hi, Jack. I opened up my computer. I cleaned it out. Nothing went wrong. Every part I took off, I was able to put back on easily. I didn't lose any screws. When I put the hard drive in, it didn't come with any cables. I already had all the cables I needed. I had a SATA cable and a power supply cable that just, you know, plugged them right in. And it was just like, this is weird. I don't like this, that nothing is going wrong. Does that mean something's going to go very wrong? Pyro, the scent of Moogle is too strong here. We have to reestablish the group scent. What a weird thing to say, Global. Yeah, Sen did tell me. Sen was like, it's going to come with cables, or you're going to have them already. You're going to have everything you need. I'm like, what if I don't? I had bought SATA cables for the last time I got a hard drive. And it came with 2 cables, so I was just like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just put this away if I ever need this. And then 3 years later, it's like, oh, I need it. I have tomorrow off, so I was considering just streaming all day. Hell yeah. I'm going to be streaming all day. After this, we're going to go straight into Ocarina of Time. Man, I stumbled on a guy that do optimization for Windows and other stuff. And I'm like, I need to do this, but it's going to take me a whole afternoon to look at them. What does that mean, Global? Oh, yeah? I don't know if I'm going to beat it in a day, Cairo. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through all of Ocarina of Time. Which version are you playing? The version Core got me.
Probably N64.
I'm pretty
there's
sure
really
it's
only
the
2
Nintendo
of
64
them.
version. Hi, Ryan. Thank you for justifying pack rats everywhere, Yolan. Hey, listen, I'm not a pack rat, okay? I don't keep too much stuff. But at the end of the day, I am a man, so I have that drawer of cables that you don't know if you're ever going to need, but you just have that drawer of cables just in case. You know, there's power cables, SATA cables, your PC cables, a phone line connection that you're definitely not going to use, but it's a cable.
Oh, wait, Cairo, I know what you're talking about now, because I think the biggest difference between the versions is one of the Fire Temple has Islamic chanting in it, in one of the older versions, but not in the other.
Also, Brazilian Yuland Wen. When I eventually get to model making stuff. Once War Within kind of slows down, and my schedule clears up, I want to start learning model stuff. I basically just want to play dress up with my model. On my clothes, Shin did a good job for what I was asking him. But I'd like to, you know, I'd like to do it myself so that anytime I find just the tiniest little problem, I can fix it. You're playing OGN 64, you can just do the Goma skip? We're not doing any skips, what the hell? Let that be a reminder to y'all. Don't throw out that box full of unloved cables. I'm gonna keep this, might need it later. Yeah, it's in the N64 and GameCube, I think. They took it out only in the 3DS, if I recall. Wait, Sentinel, are you still awake? 29 more times.
I woke up like 2 hours ago.
Let's go, Tan Euland. Hi, Wolfie. I've played Ocarina of Time a lot. I don't doubt it. I tried to get Core to play this one with me. She's been talking about playing Ocarina of Time, and I was like, let's play it together. I'll do my day 400, and you can play it for the first time. Just, you know, if you have a Saturday or Sunday, just let's play the whole thing through together. And she was like, I would, but I literally can't this month. And I was like, ah, man. That's so unfortunate. Co-op would be sick. I wasn't necessarily
Well,
planning
it's-
co-op. It would have been like us streaming Discord to each other. So we have each other's Discord stream on our own stream. So it'd be like, if you had my stream up, you could see my screen playing Ocarina of Time. And in the bottom right, you'd see a small box of her playing it. And then our models on the left. Should have raced me? Why the fuck would I race you? You would have smoked me. And then on her stream, you'd see the same thing, but, you know, her stream and then me minimized. There is a co-op mod. I actually did watch G Whirlikers and Lugs play the co-op mod of Ocarina of Time together. They also had a mod so that they were both playing as Malon. It's very janky. That game is not made for co-op. Yeah, I played the mod. It's fun. Hell yeah. If you need a Tanulin, we could just throw them in the air fryer for a few minutes. Get a nice golden hue. No! Listen, we'll do stuff with the model eventually, okay? Later on. Elon, why is Dad acting weird? Are they? What are they doing that's weird? I mean, Core's always... I guess Core's always kind of weird, but what are you referring to specifically? Check their blood sugar? Jack, I do not understand this. But Global calls me mom and Corvu dad. I would have assumed I was dad, but I'm so hyped up by Wilds, I can't wait. Motto, oh my god. I really want to see Insectlave. I want to see if the Kinsects still have the styles from Rise. Because I love the Focus Kinsects. I think Assist is the standard one. Powder is neat, but I really like Focus. And I'm going to main Kinsect. I'm going to main Insectlave if Focus Kinsects are a thing. Hi, Sleepies. If they're not, they're gonna drip feed us with stuff until release. Focus mode is dope as fuck. I'm talking about Focus Kinsects, not Focus mode. Focus mode is dope as fuck, but I'm specifically talking about a Kinsect type. If Focus Kinsects are not a thing, I don't know what I'll play. Switch Axe is an option, Lance is an option, Gun Lance is an option, Sword Shield is an option. Insectlave would still be an option. Those are the 5 that I'm like really looking at. Euland is best mom. I don't know about that one. Also, the design they gave us are the gorgeous as fuck. Dude, I'm so happy for so much coming with Wilds. Hi, Undertow. There's guns in Monster Hunter? There are. There is the heavy bowgun and the light bowgun. Which, you know, the idea is it's more like a crossbow. But they kind of shoot like fucking guns. They certainly sound like guns. They certainly rapid fire like guns. And the gun lance is more of like a cannon with a bayonet, but... Monhund mentioned Taffies. Bowgun. There's muzzle flash for Pete's sake. Look, the way the bowguns are fired is that they are string loaded, okay? You pull the string back, that shoots the ammo. That's how they fire. It's bazooka, you know. It really is. I should be switching. I should be switching to Ocarina of Time, but I'm kind of just having fun right now. Do we switch? Is it time? We do. The longer we put it off, that means the longer we go today. And I don't even know if I'm going to, like, stay up for the whole Ocarina of Time, right? I might get to 7 and be like, I didn't have my nap. I'm fucking dying. I'm so tired. Ugh.
I'm just gonna watch you get to Shadow Temple and then be too tired to continue.
No.
It's just like last time, except it's tiredness instead of being afraid.
Thank you for joining me, Jack. Zenro. I see fire.
I'll try to walk tomorrow with you.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to. Keep in mind, we're going to be spending a shit ton of time together after.
That's true. I'll DM you sometimes. I'm thinking of.
It is very understandable if you don't want to spend that much time with me. I don't know where Freya is, but she needs head pads before I go. Just kidding. I know exactly where she
You at the
is.
spawn?
No, I know her little hiding spot. What? Oh shit, she's not here. Thought for sure she was gonna be there.
Being sneaky. You're doing good, Freya.
What the fuck? I actually don't know where she is. Where did my... There, this thing. You picked the hardest version to play, so good luck, LL. GC and 3DS have improved quality of life. I don't doubt it. You have your workout posted somewhere? No, it's literally just treadmill. Hi, OPM.
Hey, trick again.
Explain the automatic ones. You load them real fast. I heard doots. Oh, you were here. Were you like in the cabinet?
No.
Or were you like behind this and I just missed you?
No. I'll let her explain.
I walked up as you walked down? Oh, I see. You were doing a Metal Gear. I see. Good job. Alright.
Must have been the wind.
Before they showed us the weapon, I was afraid we would get the same boring one than World, but they certainly gave us Giga Flashy ones. They gave us really flashy stuff. Wait, what? Another Jack? We've got Jack C with us. And then, I don't actually know what you prefer to go by. Whether you prefer Jack the Haggard or Lego Kyle, or, you know, Jack and Kyle. Whichever you want, I will refer to you as. You probably picked the hardest version to play. That would be something Core would do, Cairo. Yes, Kyle, another one. It's got that N64 jank. Hi, Violet. We're about to switch to Ocarina of Time. Violet Scale. Me with the Metal Gear Rise Gale does exist, Jack. Either or. Okay. I saw you as Jack the Haggard first, so that's typically what I go to naturally. Wait, so many more enemies spawn now. I finally don't need to spend 5 minutes for the first stage because of low enemy count? No, the other way. You should get less enemies because you have a lower FPS. The game spawn directory was tied to FPS. So if you had it at 200, it should have been spawning a shit ton of enemies. And now that you have it at 60, it should be quite a bit less. Wait, I have more enemies though? I think it's just this run in particular, you just have more enemies. I don't know. It should be the other way around. It should literally be more FPS, more enemies. That being said, in high FPS, is trying to spawn later enemies earlier. That being said, I'm going to close out of VR. I'm going to find some music for you guys to listen to. And I'm going to get a bowl of cereal. I'm going to get some food in my stomach to help me go for longer without food. Be right back. Alright, transition.
Hey.